Hello there, YouTube family. Life's a Game back once again with another video, and this time we are going to be delving into Tidal Basin Legendary. No directives at all. The 4 directive run is still totally definitely coming, but this one we're just going to be jumping into Tidal Basin Legendary normal difficulty. Not normal difficulty, but legendary, just legendary with no directives. So I thank you guys for coming on. I hope you guys are all doing well. I know it's been some time since I got another Division 2 video up. I'm kind of focused on the I'm not sure if you guys saw my last live stream, but Once Human, I'm focused on that. I'm going to be doing another live stream on that. I might be on my 3rd live stream by the time this video respectively releases, but yeah. But anyway though, I just want you guys to kind of pay attention right now to this legendary run with completely random agents. It's going to be definitely interesting, as this run is definitely nothing normal. This mission, Legendary Tidal Basin, I stress this with agents all the time. Legendary Tidal Basin and Manning Zoo are definitely different, a lot different, highly different from the other 3 legendaries, DUA, Capital, and Roosevelt. So I was stressing in this run realistically, specifically to just be patient, and I had to take control of the team, honestly, because I don't know what these devs did. This is one of the things I'm going to touch on. Ever since like some of the patch notes and updates, some of the most recent ones, the last like few months, this mission, Tidal Basin Legendary, keeps getting harder and harder. Like I remember when Manning Zoo was like the most hardest one, but I don't know, like this mission right here, like like at the end especially, like it's really harder than it used to be, definitely in the past. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely still doable with random agents. So I just want you guys to kind of pay attention right now and see like just a little bit how I'm running the mission, and you know, just get your thoughts, you know, how I'm running the mission and how I'm running the mission, and just get you guys' thoughts if you pay attention to the video. But the main thing I want you guys to do is just pay attention to how I'm running this mission right now. And the reason why I said your thoughts is because I enjoy you guys' thoughts on the mission as well. And anything I might be doing, it's always good to have a critiqued voice on the side to see what I'm doing. But if you pay attention to how I'm running, you guys, just like I said, so what I stress all the time, you want to keep totally distant in this mission. You do not want to rush up. You do not want to go inside too fast or too far. You want to kind of just stay back, pick your spots, and pick off the enemies, because these enemies hit hard. Like, I mean, I don't know, there's just something about Tidal Basin Legendary ever since these devs that, you know, in updates. I think they've been slightly nerfing this mission every update, and it's weird, like every like maintenance, but it's still doable. It's just, it's getting like slightly close to being undoable with randoms. Like, it's just so hard. But which is why, and just another reason I want you guys just to pay attention to what I'm doing. So you're seeing me here, I'm kind of scouring the area, I'm looking around. I'm not pushing up too far. I'm staying near the hole, the tunnel that we came out of. I'm not trying to go too far up. I'm keeping my striker drone like within proximity. I'm using a striker drone and the shield. I have a shield build right now. This is the same build that I used to defeat Legendary Manning Zoo 4 directives. So I had to take this build out. Once I started realizing this mission's rigor, it was kind of hard. And as you guys will see at the end, it definitely is a clear circus show. It definitely is a circus show moving forward, if you continue to watch. I do hope you guys enjoy this. It is a great run. It does definitely show the grit of Legendary and what it takes to succeed and not give up. Sadly enough, you will see a few of these agents back out and leave. I'm not sure if this group right here stays with me through the entire mission. I'm not sure. I think thinking back, I believe that it does get switched up, but like I said, I do hope you guys enjoy the run. And it just shows you what a real legendary mission takes to succeed, but even more so, it being Manning Zoo, and specifically in this one, Tidal Basin. Manning Zoo and Tidal Basin are both 2 completely different legendaries than the other ones, so as I emphasized earlier already within this respective video. But the reason why I had to just emphasize that earlier is just, it's so true. So you're going to see me saying a few things in the comment section. Not in the comment section. Oh yeah, in the comment section, the chat section of the video, to like my teammates, and how when to push up and when not to push, otherwise it'll be a kick. The reason why I'm making that so strict is because this mission requires just strict movement and just strict structure in order to win. If you don't have that, you'll definitely lose. Sadly, I had to figure that out the hard way. I ran with 2 other groups, and we didn't really have the most success due to them rushing, and I had to kind of save them, and I got kind of tired of it, kind of left the group. So assembling this group, you know, it's just kind of about, that's what I kind of want to stress, guys. It's about kind of getting the group that will listen and it's a legendary group that'll listen and just stay structured and keep back and keep patient and keep distant. Because if you're trying to rush and you're not in a key clan or you don't have key clan mates, it's not going to work for you. It's definitely not going to work. You're not going to beat the mission. You could do it in heroic. I noticed a lot of new agents that I said before, and I know I did reiterate this before, but I will definitely, I mean, I did say it before, but I will definitely reiterate it again. A lot of agents tend to push and rush and want to run and gun, like, because they can do that on heroic, but you cannot do that on legendary, especially with randoms. You can do it with clanmates, close teammates, or a well-structured team that you guys all know of, but you can't do it on legendary. And this just goes to testament, because if you look at these guys at Shade, it's not the highest, and you're gonna see how far like we go. And there's a couple agents I ran this with, the specific agent being about, I believe, 80k Shade, another agent being 18k Shade, and they just couldn't follow instructions, and we weren't able to capitalize fully on the mission, and I had to exit myself or just bring myself out of it because they weren't following instructions. So you're gonna see how just a team following instructions, which is what I emphasize highly on my channel, you're gonna see how a team following instructions, what happens when that occurs, when you're running with me specifically, and how that's just, and not even just running with me, I'm just saying, I'm just showing you with a scenario with the said problem, or like the said scenario I'm running with myself. But this could literally work running with anyone. Like, it's just being able to be on the same page and just work with each other. That's literally all it comes down to. There'll be some times where maybe you and maybe one agent maybe totally doesn't agree with something. That's definitely understandable. But looking at it like just sternly and like strictly, like, you guys might not agree on like everything. You can agree to disagree, but one main thing is that you guys got to all be on the same page and be structured and be able to get along with each other in order to complete the mission and get like tasks done. That's so key in this mission, and that's what I want to stress definitely with you guys watching this here, because I know any of you right now that are trying to do this mission, Legendary Tidal Basin, you've definitely been through it. I don't even have to say anything. I know that you guys have been through it. It's a tough mission. They like really amped the difficulty with this mission. I feel it each time. I believe I completed this mission the last time it came out in the dailies as well, and I don't know, it just seemed a little harder this time too, and that time it was very hard too, as you guys will see towards the ending. But like I said, you just want to kind of just, you know, just pay attention to how I'm moving and just give you guys yourselves the best chance, because this content is hard. For me to say like every agent watching this is going to beat this content is just a complete 100% lie. Like, it's going to be a very tough mission for you guys. But I'd highly recommend getting into this mission once you're very used to legendary content. And I did say a lot of varies, and there's a reason for that, because this mission, it's crazy. The enemies hit so hard, they're so precise. I don't know, I guess Tidal Basin being the grand mission of the game, I guess they really finally tailored it to that respectively, because last time I checked, Manning Zoo Legendary was the hardest, and I think there's a lot of agents that still say it is. I don't know, but I completed Manning Zoo 4 directives already Legendary, and that was definitely nothing easy. But this mission, I can't even imagine with 4 directives. It's crazy, but you know that I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be definitely putting that out there. But you know, it's just a tough mission. But like I said, it's just, you just gotta like stay like focused, and as I said, like there's just something about this mission that they amped up in order to make it realistically like the hardest mission of like the entire game. So you're gonna see me here playing, guys. You're gonna see me here playing, and I just want you to very much pay attention to what me and like a lot of my teammates are doing. I did tell them to stay back near me, or like if they're not near me, like behind me, or like very close in front of me, because we all have to be on the same page. We cannot push. There's no reason at all, agents, and I say this, and I try and like, I was gonna say, I want to emphasize this and like just make this, like hammer this home, that you can't rush in a legendary mission with a random group. There's just no way. Like, it's, you being able to do that and win it is like winning the lottery, like in a sense, like being able to just push and rush and run and gun. That's like any teams you see doing that are like well-structured plans or well-structured teammates that have been running with each other for like years, like as long as this game's been out, or like a long time. Like, a lot of teams can't do that, and I'm not saying that means that they're better than you. It's just that means that they're just more well-structured. You got to just be structured in that sense to run legendary. That everything in legendary comes with structure, and the best way to structure with randoms, in my sense and the way I see it, as you guys are seeing, I'm here, and in a lot of my other videos that involve key success, is just by staying distant and patient. That's the best way to win, like with random agents, and I say that all the time. So I just want you guys to just focus and just look in here on what I'm doing. I'm kind of staying like around the area. Notice I didn't go too far to the right, to, you know, too far like up. I didn't push too far up. I'm keeping near the area where my teammates are at, or I can get back in case anything happens. Tidal Basin, you just want to be on your toes 100% of the time. You just got to be watching. You see these, this is one key area I'm going to touch on. You see these drones coming in? You guys want to touch on these. Like, you want to be sure that any single time that these enemies launch these drones, you want to make sure that if you have a assault drone or anything like that, or any type of skill, you want to send it after those drones and ensure that they don't bombard your team, because the drone spam can get very, very bad, ugly, quick. And if that happens in legendary missions, there's just a lot of there's like a lot of room for error, and there's just no, like, not really much of a chance of you know, surviving that a lot of the times, and the wipe is just imminent a lot of the times. You can dodge it, as you're seeing here. You're seeing like 4 to 5 drones. I was almost gonna say 3, but I'm saying like 4 to 5 you're seeing spammed. You saw me kill all of them, and that's because I'm sending my turret after them respectively, or I'm kind of aiming it there, and I know that there's my teammates behind me shooting me. Not shooting me, but shooting at the drones as well. But you're gonna notice I'm focusing my drone, my assault drone. I'm focusing my striker drone mostly on the drones, the enemy drones that are coming at us, because you don't want them to bombard us. By me taking them out, if you notice, it doesn't create a hectic situation near where we're at. I don't want that to happen. I don't want my team being bombarded by them. It's best to take them out. Now, sometimes, guys, now you gotta listen here. Sometimes there could be a medic, and when there's a medic, sometimes that could take precedence over the drones, the enemy drones, depending on the situation. But most of the time, I always tell teams the medic is #1 priority all the time. Every single time, you want to be focusing on the medic. You don't want to ever, like, if there's any medics out there, any type of medic drone, you want to take that out, because that could just revive enemies just super fast. And you don't want that to happen, because when that happens, the Chunga comes back, everything happens, and it's like, you know, it's going to be hard to come back from that. So you just totally don't want to do that. Okay, so you're seeing me stay back here. I don't want to ramble too much, but I just kind of want you guys just to watch me like a little bit here. You see the Chunga coming up. He's walking up a bit. My team's right here. We're shooting him. We're keeping back. We're keeping distant, patient, and take him out. I threw my grenade there, as you're seeing. I have the coastal backpack. So every time I throw my grenade, and I have a 6-tier skill build right now with my Liberty pistol, which is very lethal. This is a very, very lethal build. Did 4 directed legendary in many missions. So you're seeing me, you know, you're seeing me run this build right now, and I can't quite touch on what I was just gonna say. I was gonna say something very lethal, but I was saying you're seeing me and my team keep back. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There you go, came back. Overcharge. Every time you see me throw a grenade, mostly, you're gonna notice down on the lower screen, you're gonna see that plus sign that looks like a health box right there. Once that fills up, that's my overdrive. I'm able to throw a grenade, and when I throw a grenade, overcharge ensues. Overcharge is huge. Having that on a build, having overcharge, having a 6-skill tier build, and then being able to just activate the 7th skill tier, which is overcharge, is huge, because that gives you so much power, and it definitely changes the whole landscape of the battle. As you'll see in this mission, respectively, moving forward, you're going to see how overcharge definitely changes that and changes everything up. It's definitely something crucial, and it is something I definitely say that you should have if you're looking to win missions like this, or at the very least run missions such as this. So you're seeing me stay back here. The Chunga came down. You just kind of want to watch it. You guys are seeing like the drones in the background. It's crazy. It's so totally crazy, right? Like, you're seeing them all in the back. They're pushing in. They're sending them off. They spam them so much. I wish I could, like, if I could send my drone off like how they're sending theirs, like as soon as it died, like literally 3 seconds after, I'd be able to revive it and bring it back and send it at them, because it's crazy how they're able to do that. And you see me down there saying get medic, which is first priority always. And as I said, as I told you guys earlier, getting the medic is definitely the key. It is first priority. You do not want the medic to bring any of these guys back after you kill them. You don't want them to bring a Chunga back. You don't want them to bring a nade spammer back. You don't want them to bring a drone spammer back. You want to totally keep on it, and you want to make sure that you take them out. Tidal Basin is a tough mission. Thank you guys for all joining right now. If you're listening right now, I know this is a very, very, very hard mission, but if you listen closely to what I'm saying in this mission, I'm going to give you the best pointers, absolute best pointers I can give you to beat this one, because this is a very tough one. And I highly recommend doing this one only after you're supremely used to legendaries. If you're not, I would say just realistically, guys, if you're not used to legendary, don't do Manning Zoo and don't do Tidal Basin. Try and stay away from those, but you can always go into them to test them out with a key team. And you can always, as long as you take my pointers and maximize them to the fullest, you'll be able to help that team out respectively. But these missions, they require like a certain another level of play and of a build style, and it's tough. I can't say it honestly that anybody can beat it. It's not unbeatable, it's not impossible, but you can do that. You can definitely do it if you do pay attention to what I'm saying here, and you do take it down. As you're seeing me have success here, I don't say it for nothing. I say it all to help the community and to better you guys at the highest level and get the best version of yourselves. So that's what I'm here for. So on that note, please guys, like the video, subscribe. If I'm showing you anything that you love and that you enjoy, you're enjoying the video, please please subscribe. It helps my channel grow. It helps other audience, my audience grow. It helps some other people out there, other audiences find me. It just helps me grow, and it helps the channel go outward and be shown to other agents that might need my help or might need these videos to be able to view that totally don't know they exist. So please just go ahead and like the video. If you're enjoying it, like and subscribe, guys. It helps me out, and I'm highly appreciative of it. Thank you. I do it all for you guys. I do it all to increase the community. Thank you. Highly appreciate. So right now we're moving forward. We just got past the room. You saw we kept back. The team's following what I'm saying. They're keeping back. I'm telling them it's not a normal mission. I had to emphasize this, guys, because there's like a few groups I ran with, and it didn't end so well fully. And the reason for it is they kept pushing. So I was like, you know what? I kind of got to just grab the ropes and take like the helm of it and just let the team know what's going on. And I usually do that, but I kind of wait to do that unless it's needed. But I knew specifically in this run it was needed, because I'm like, this mission's been amped in a sense. And I'm like, the only way to get through this, especially with a random group. Remember, majority of YouTubers, Twitch players, all sorts of people are doing these types of missions with clanmates or close friends. This is with a random group. In order to get through it with a random group, there's a certain structure you guys have to go through. And the reason why I'm doing it with a random group is to show you guys that it can be done with one, as long as you have an idea what you're doing. I do believe, however, that there is a friend that does join at some point during this mission. One close friend that I have. Not really close, but it is a friend that I have that does join, that I do invite, that was in one of my recent runs that we did not succeed in due to like the other agents pushing too much. But he did join, and it's always good to have somebody that can join your group that is on the same page. I'm not saying it's bad to have clanmates or friends, but I just do these videos to show that it can be done with random agents. You can do it with random agents as long as they're willing to listen, as long as they're willing to pay attention, as long as they have builds. It totally can be done. So you're seeing us in this room right here. You're seeing the Chungas push up right now. Okay, my striker drone's gone. I'm kind of running back because I know that the striker drone's gone. I think one of our teammates left. I don't know what happened there. I wasn't looking at the chat. Maybe some of you guys were. But yeah, one of our teammates ended up leaving here. But I was like, it was fine, because with this build, guys, I've done so much, and I've done so much. I did every legendary mission with 4 directives, except this very mission right here. So considering that, it was like I wasn't really worried who was leaving. It was just like maybe we had to get somebody else. But and I also want to stress this to you guys: if you guys ever playing on a legendary team and somebody leaves mid-game, don't focus on it too much. Keep fighting, keep focusing on what you have to do. It can definitely be done. It just shows more or less that if you guys only have 3 and you can do it, it just gives you that much more confidence that when you don't have when you have 4 players, when you have an additional other player that's willing to listen and work with you guys, you're going to be that much more lethal. So I show this all the time. This happens a few times. It happens a lot of times in my videos, to be honest with you. But it's never changed the outcome of the mission, to be honest with you. As long as I stay focused, it totally doesn't change the outcome. If I didn't stay focused, obviously that would be different. But yeah, as you're seeing here, you want to kind of stay focused. You want to kind of stay back. You want to stay distant. Like I always got to say, guys. I know I said PDF. It's like a computer, but not like a computer. Obviously, not like I don't mean like a PC, but PDF. Patience, distance, focus. As long as you're able to do that, the sky's the limit. Any team, you're able to get at least far. You'll be able to at least be happy with yourselves with your performance, because you'll get pretty far as long as you practice patience and distance. There are a lot of teammates, don't get me wrong, that'll say, oh, and you might experience it here if I'm not mistaken. I think this might be one of the runs where that happened. They say it'll take longer or long if you do it that way, but I'm like, agent or sir, respectfully, it doesn't matter how long it takes. There's a lot of agents that don't win this mission, period, on Legendary. If you're trying to run and gun, I tell a lot of agents, play on challenging or heroic or lower difficulty, because Legendary is totally not for pushing at all, especially in a random group. If you're in with a clan or close teammates, as I said, for all of you guys here before, if you're in a clan or close teammate group that knows the ropes fully 100%, have coordinated, well-structured teammates, they talk, they'll have mics, then it's fine. Yes, you can push in a lot of these scenarios. But I'm saying if you're playing with random agents, you cannot do that. That's just most of the time, 99.9% of the time, that won't work. So I stress that just to say that more or less, you gotta like just pick your spots with random, so you can't like push up. And whichever teams are willing to listen and just follow that lineage, like this, follow that way of like moving, you guys can win the mission. Like, it's a realistic win. It's a realistic possibility of a win. As bleak as it may sound, it's a realistic possibility of a win. So the only way I could say, guys, I can only say a possibility, because I can't sit here and just say guaranteed. If you play exactly what you're seeing here, you're gonna win. I mean, in that sense of just every like little step I do and every little area I go in. I mean, obviously you have to see it for yourself. You know, critique it for yourself, envision it, visualize yourself doing it. But I mean, in the sense of just like this mission just has a certain set of rigor. So you can, what I mean by that is you can have everything down, I'm saying, and get it right. But if your teammates don't get it right, there's just a high chance that you won't pass it. So I mean that, and that's what I mean by that in that sense, which is why I say, like, literally don't beat yourself up over not beating this mission, Tidal Basin or Legendary Manning Zoo, because there's a lot that goes into those missions. A lot of great. District Shooting Arena, Roosevelt Island, and Capitol Building are definitely different legendaries, and there's ways that you can do those in certain like instances as far as carrying agents. But these ones, it's just a little harder. Like, you can carry in these ones, but it's a little harder, and especially when you get to the last room, there is no carrying, especially in Manning Zoo and Tidal Basin. So legendary. So that's why I say, like, don't attempt these missions until you're fully ready to do them. You can always do them for practice and stuff, but if you're realistically looking to win them and have a real shot at key success of winning them, you know, you want to, like, if you want a realistic key shot at like winning them, you want to be used to legendary. That's what I was saying. I almost lost my train of thought there. But you want to be used to legendary. That's it. You want to be used to running this mission. They're different missions, man. Tidal Basin and Manning Zoo, they're just different legendary wise. So if you're not used to legendary, I suspect that you get used to it. Just get used to it. Running it. Run DUA, Capitol, and Roosevelt, so you're supremely used to those and can beat those regularly. Then I would say jump to Manning Zoo and Tidal Basin. And that's just if you're new or struggling with legendary content. Of course, always remember, take it to the summit if you need to increase your skills in legendary, and that will definitely always let you know which build would work in legendary and which build has the best chance of working in legendary. And I always say the best chance. I want to finish it off with that because sometimes, like I said, I had a teammate that was dominating Summit Legendary, but then they went into the mission Roosevelt Legendary, and the enemy was actually doing a lot more damage to them as per norm, as per usual in Summit. As I said before, the Summit is a watered-down version of Legendary, so you always want to try the Summit with directives or whatnot in order to see it where a build truly stands and if it's realistically ready for a full Legendary mission, especially Legendary Manning Zoo and Tidal Basin. Okay, so you're seeing us here. We're continuing. The other guy left. Okay, so there was my friend right there, Vanguardist. That was my friend just there. I've invited him. He's in one of my earlier groups. He does a great job. Vanguardist, if you're watching this, he does a great job. You do a great job of staying back, keeping patient, as you guys will see, keeping distant. And I just want you guys just to watch how we play and where we stand when we're playing, because it just shows that legendary takes patience distance with legendary with random agents. It takes patience distance. So it's like Any agent that can practice that, you want to get like just a group full of agents like that that are used to playing high level content, that know how to totally keep back, keep patient, and just pick their spots and fight off their back foot respectively. That always, I'm not going to say always, but for the most part, 90+% ensures success. That's what I was saying from time. You're going to see in the comments, he might hint a lot of times at keeping back the teammates as well. I ran with him. He definitely understands, or he/she, whichever they might be, definitely understand that keeping distant plays huge in winning a mission. So yeah. Okay, so we're right here. Okay, we're kind of waiting. I said I was waiting on my teammate here. I was almost gonna edit that out. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that in. Yeah, and that's another thing. You always want to make sure that all of the teammates, all of your teammates, are on the same page, are totally, completely, and utterly on the same page. You don't want to be running and there's one person rushing up. One of the teammates is taking a break. Whatever they might be doing real fast, 2 to 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, and then there's a huge battle ensuing and they have no clue what's happening. Enemy pushes up, and then that can result in a wipe. So you don't want to be doing that. You want to make sure everybody's on the same page. If you do run into an agent that does that, likes to push, let them know. If they don't listen, you guys can all vote to kick them. The reason I say that for you agents that are ready for this mission or that are looking into this mission that are used to Legendary is because you don't want any agent that's not listening, because any agent that's not on the same page, it just results in like you guys most likely wiping and something most likely going wrong down the road, or him most likely leaving in a key situation. Which, by the way, you'll find in this run. You'll see like one as it goes on. I'm not gonna spoil it too much, but as it goes on, you'll see like an agent like leave like in a key situation. So it's just like you never want to like. You don't really want to like do that. You don't want to ever like leave in a key situation or nothing like that. But going back on what I was saying earlier, that's like one of the telltale signs. Like you want to just be making sure you're all on the same page. If somebody's not on the same page, all those things, just the higher percentage chance of all that stuff happening. If you're not, but if you guys are all on the same page, you're all helping each other, you're all agreeing with each other, you're most likely to go through all the mission together, thick or thin. You're most likely to stand out anything. So I always say, you guys got to be on the same page to start. If there's any arguing or anything like that, I just say just spam the group and just find like another agent that can cooperate with all you guys. That's all I say. That's highly needed on Legendary. You know, not having cooperation in Legendary is like going into war and expecting to beat an enemy and not fully all being united. Not all being united with each other, not all having each other's back. There's just no way you win a war like that against another enemy or a foe that had each other's back and that we're all there for each other while you guys were fighting amongst each other. That's just not going to happen. So you want to make sure also in Legendary here that you're all on the same page, that you're all doing what you need to do to ensure the win, give yourself the best chance at ensuring the win and respectively ultimately success. Okay, so we're still pushing here. Not pushing, we're kind of just keeping back. Considering, the enemies coming in. Yeah, those drones, man, those drones they spam are ridiculous. It's just crazy. The drones they spam, it's crazy. They hit so hard in this mission. It gets me frustrated a lot sometimes playing this at times because they'll hit a lot hard and just like, I don't know, Tidal Basin, as I said before, it seems like you're up it every time, but it is possible for all you agents out there that most likely probably did not win this mission with random agents. You can do it. Showing it here, using the Liberty and the Shield and the Coastal Backpack. It's just a great build with the 6 skill tier, just to be able to offer the overcharge and whatnot. It's just it's a great build, and you always want to make sure that you have a great build going into any type of mission like this. I kind of thought I could use a normal build, guys, because honestly I used to use like a St. Elmo's, a shield, a normal 6 tier skill shield, and then like maybe like a drone turret, not drone turret, a drone, a striker drone, and it's like It's crazy. It's like now you gotta have like a tailored build to do this mission, because this tidal basin, like I'm saying, is tough, which kind of makes me question whether I can do it with 4 directors or not. I feel I can. I definitely will attempt that. There was like a recent attempt before, an earlier one. It just definitely was not successful, but definitely got far. But I'll have that for you guys. I'm gonna have that premiering when I do get that one down. It's just a tough one. It's a tough one. It's a very tough one. But right now, as you're seeing in the original Legendary right here, this can just be a tough mission. So you just want to just stay tuned for that. You know that it's coming. Just stay tuned for that. Also, if you guys are still here listening, just also tune into me playing Once Human. Once Human gives me like a Division feel. Definitely not the same as Division in terms of like fluidity and controller movement and just, you know, fluidity and smoothness of the game. But it definitely is an awesome game, awesome open world game, Once Human. If any of you guys have PC, you definitely want to check that out. They've gotten controller support for that recently. And I think I might be uploading some videos, some commentary videos involving that as well. So look out for that. But as you're seeing me here, back to the Division 2, my favorite title, of course. We're right here. We're overlooking the area, and if you're playing with a team right here on Legendary Tidal Basin, you kind of want to stay in this area up here where we're at. You see that teammate jump down there? That was not a good thing to do. I think he accidentally must have done that. You definitely don't want to do that. Vanguardist, Vanguardist, I think he probably jumped down to get something maybe because he's definitely a great teammate. But you just want to be weary there. Unless you're very used to the mission, you could very much so, and I'm sure that they are. They could be used to the mission and how to move. And if you're able to do that, you can do that. But if you're new or struggling, you definitely don't want to do that. You want to keep back. You want to keep up here. You want to keep around your team. You just want to just, you know, just be within the vicinity. You know. And I'm using actually the striker drone as opposed to the Stinger Hive, and the reason for that is because the striker drone is able to go out and get a lot of these enemies that camp out a lot in Legendary. It's insane. Like the level and like the way they camp out is totally like insane. So it's like you want to be able to get something over there that can do that. That's able to stop like them from camping out or healing or sending drones after you or nade spamming. If you can't do that, it just becomes a huge problem. There's certain parts you'll see in this mission. Like it becomes a problem. You see how he's shooting nades over there? He takes 2 of my teammates out just like that. See what I'm saying? Like just like that, he just takes them out. So considering that, you always want to make sure that you know, you're just watching out there and that you have a skill that can kind of get them. If the guy has a turret up over there, that's nice. I used to use a turret a lot in the past before incursion. But I use a drone, striker drone now, and the striker drone is able to go out and lethally seek these enemies out a lot of the times, and it forces them to move, and it just helps out, helps be able to give that turret they may have like a clear shot of the enemy, and it just helps the team out overall in general. So you guys want to always consider that. Skills are so key in Legendary. Can't stress that enough. You can have DPS. It's huge to have DPS. But it obviously depends on the Legendary mission that you're doing. That's where I feel skills and DPS, like, you know, fluctuate. Like, obviously, the build I'm using right now would have no absolute use in incursion. Like, if we were running incursion, like, this build would have no use. As strong and powerful and lethal as it is, it's tailored for a Legendary mission like this and be able to take damage, shield build, and pistol, and be able to, you know, sustain long-term damage and also dish out long-term lethal damage as well. So just like I said, guys, it just depends on what you're playing. So I say this all the time. That all depends on, like, your build depends on what you're playing. A lot of like ancients will try and use the same striker build, the same things in different missions, and I'm like, sometimes that just doesn't. I mean, not even sometimes, that just doesn't work all the time, obviously. Okay, so I hope you guys are doing well. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Please hit that like and subscribe if you're enjoying this video, if I'm showing you anything. If you're seeing how Tidal Basin Legendary works and you're getting an idea of how to move, you've learned anything, I've said anything that piqued your interest, please hit that like and subscribe button, guys. I highly appreciate it. Helps the channel. Thank you very much. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. We do have some more to go. Just enjoy it. And I want you to just pay attention to what I'm saying, because this critique can go far. You know, I'm critiquing myself, and it's tough. This mission was just one of those tough ones. So if it was tough for me, I cannot lie, it'll definitely be tough for you. So just keep that in mind. But it's not impossible to be done. You know, possible comes before impossible. So As long as you know that, it's all good. So we're gonna keep it moving. So we're gonna keep it moving here. I'm gonna see at this part, no matter which part you're at, you just want to remain patient, distant, and near the area. You can go back because you can always backtrack. Doesn't everything go haywire? You can always fight off your back foot. I tell agents that a lot. A lot of them don't really understand that, but to be honest with you, this group was the best group of understanding that and knowing how to implement that. And that's the key in Legendary. I tell you guys all the time, it's not just builds, it's knowing how to move and, you know, when to shoot, when not to, and just knowing the ins and outs of it. That it factors so much in. It factors so much in. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and get into that right here. I just want you guys to go ahead and look at that and just take note of how you know, how things go, how things happen in here, and just how I'm moving, and just, you know, so you guys have an idea of what to do in these situations. So you're seeing right here, we're keeping back, we're keeping patient, distant, we're keeping near and around the gate area that we were at. There might be 2 agents on the left, I think, from what I'm seeing, that are like a little like just, you know, more up there. I think they might be. I'm not turning all the way. I think they're like actually next to me. I could be wrong. I'm seeing, let me see, what's his name? Moxus? Yeah, he's kind of pushing a little up. But yeah, for the most part, they're all near. You want to just make sure you're all near. And I don't know if you guys have been watching the chat, but I've been emphasizing a lot just to stay near. Don't push past me. You know, I had to really like highly emphasize that, because when I don't do that, teammates tend to push, and when that happens, that just ends up in a wipe. It's tough, or I gotta go back and fight for 40 minutes and save the team, revive them. Yeah, you just don't want to have to do that in a mission like Tidal Basin, Legendary Tidal Basin. It's more so tailored, higher percentage chance of just failure when that stuff happens. You just don't want to be the last person out and have to do the heroic act and all that stuff. I know you guys have seen me do it a lot, but that's not an area you guys want to have to be in, to have to do something like that. It's just never guaranteed the way of doing that. So you just want to make sure that you're all near each other, nobody's pushing up. You want to be communicating, whether you're communicating through chat or whether you're communicating through a mic. And forgive me for that, because I've got to get a mic on this game eventually. I'm live streaming. Probably not live streaming, but I'm saying when I'm playing within, I could turn my mic on eventually, but I like doing like commentary like this at times after it, because my focus is so keyed on like while I'm in it. But that is something I'm definitely looking at implementing, and it is definitely something that you know, like, as I didn't have talking before in my own videos, you know, now I do. So that is something I'm going to be looking into, especially live streams. I'm just looking to get that right, getting the right mic, and having that done. So I was saying that just to say, whether you have a mic or whether you talk via chat, you want to make sure that you guys are all on the same page. You want to make sure you're all on the same page. People know what's going on. I'm saying right there, when you hear choppers, head back. You know, I'm just trying to let them know, you know, in case they don't know, you know, what's going on in this mission. I've ran it too many times to count, too many times for my own good health. So it's like, just letting them know the rundown of the mission, how to run Legendary Tidal Basin. So you're seeing these guys come down right here. The reason why I said to come back, I told them to come back, because you hear the chopper coming. I think this is the second wave. I don't think it's the first chopper wave, but it's the second wave, I believe. The chopper comes, and you want to make sure that you're there and you're not too far pushed up, because when you're too far pushed up, they come back here and they tailor you down there, and it's like, you have enemies in front of you, now you're sandwiched, and that's just a bad situation. You don't want to be in that situation. So there's that. You just don't want that. You want to totally keep back. You want to fight off your back foot. You want to stay back. You want to just stay patient. Patience, distance, focus, PDF. And you just want to get it done that way. That's the best way to get it done. As I said before with randoms, I said that. I'll continue to reiterate that because that's a key point of interest, a key point of success. If you want to win legendary missions with randoms, you want to keep patient and focused as best you can. That will just give you the best shot. It doesn't even guarantee you like 100% winning success, but it gives you the closest percentage chance to 100% winning success by doing this, as you're seeing here, which is why I'm showing it respectively. Okay, so you see me right there saying get the medic. That's definitely something important that you want to keep in mind. Anytime that you're playing these missions, anytime you see a medic, as I've said before in the past, medic drone, medic box, medic himself, you want to take the medic out. I mean, most importantly, medic himself, is he the one dropping the box and the drones and all that. You just want to get the medic out of there, because when you don't get the medic out of there, he keeps bringing back enemies. He can bring back chungas, all sorts of stuff, and it just makes it horribly, wickedly, insanely hard, insanely annoying, insanely just like, closest to impossible that it can get. And you don't want that, because it's just more work, it's more bullets, depending on if you're near an ammo box or not. Luckily for me, I'm using a pistol, but you just want to make sure that you get the medics out of there. That's it. You want to make sure you get them out of there as soon as possible in any legendary mission. That's the first major key to success. In any legendary mission. Anybody would ask me, hey, life's a game, what do you do in order to ensure the best chance of legendary success as far as enemies in legendary mission? Which one would you say is the most priority? The medic. Take him out, get him out of there fast. I know there could be a chunga closer to you. If that happens, light him up. But I'm saying, for the most part, it's the medic. You want to get him out of there. You don't want any medics there. As you're seeing, I'm staying back. I'm keeping near the entrance door we came in. Notice, this entire fight, I've been near the same entrance that we came through. You don't want to push up. You don't want to exercise that in all legendary. If it was challenging, hard difficulty, heroic even, hell, you could push up. There's times you can do that, but in legendary, especially with randoms, you got to keep back. You got to bide your time. You got to pick your spots, and you got to make sure that you're just structured. As long as you do that, as you're seeing here, there will be success. Everybody has their builds. You're geared. Everybody's well geared before beginning the mission. Everything will happen well. And this is just one of the things I talked about, because I've always said, like, a lot of the times, I kept telling a lot of the teammates, you just have to listen, because as I told you guys already earlier in this video, I've had agents with 50 plus K shade, and we were struggling beating this mission. Some of the other teams I just couldn't beat the mission with. I had to abort and just leave the team, because some of them just couldn't follow directions. And you're seeing this team and the shade they are, all of them are, and the shade even I am. I'm only like about 1,500 something or 1,600 something. I don't know. And we're dominating. Like I wouldn't say dominating the mission, but we're beating it. We're handling our own, and we're getting through the mission. So it's like the reason why I say that is because it's not about shade and what gun you're using. It's about, do you know how to play like the Division? Like, do you know how to move the Division 2? Like, do you know how to move? Do you know how to pick your spots? It's the same as PvP. The same way people strafe and whatnot, and how to move and everything, and how to fight. There's a way you have to play legendary and know how to fight. It doesn't matter what shade you are, what gun you're using. You have to know how to do that. Your gun and build and all that stuff, and your shade, obviously being at 1K and higher, adding the abilities, it does add to what you can do. But like it is needed. It's 50% of the battle, I'd say. But the other 50% of the battle is how to move and knowing legendary know-how to win the fight. And I think that's what a lot of players, respectively, maybe some of you guys watching, a lot of players that dominate heroic get frustrated with legendary. They don't understand that it's not just the build. Like with heroic, you could have a strong build, and even in some cases in heroic this does apply, but not all cases. Majority of cases in heroic it doesn't. In heroic, you could have a strong build and get through a lot of content. You don't even have to be the best agent, know how to move or nothing. You could just get through content. You don't even have to take the most cover. If you have the greatest build in heroic, you can get through content, depending. You can even carry, it just depends. But in legendary, you can't do that. You can have the greatest build, but if you don't know how to move and you don't know how to pick your spots, the enemy will pick you apart with nades, drone spam. They'll do all sorts of stuff. So it's like the enemy, like they work to your weak point. So it's like you gotta do your best to fight these guys. And you gotta know, like you gotta know the division. That's what I love about legendary. It makes any agents you're playing legendary with, you know that they don't just play this game, they love this game. Like they have a strong liking for it, because you have to know how to play this. And I tell agents a lot, if you're trying to just run and gun and play through legendary, play a lower difficulty, heroic and challenging. I don't say that to be like, you know, macho or to be like, you know, negative. I say that just to say legendary is not a difficulty to just run through. Just say, okay, lolly dotty, I'm just gonna try legendary today, and just, you know, it's not a difficulty that's like that. If you try and do it like that, you're gonna drop 99.9% of the time, and you're not gonna do anything, and it's not gonna be fun to you. And it's just you're just gonna find that no matter how you try, you're not gonna beat any mission, and it's just gonna frustrate you. I'm saying that's why I tell agents, if you're not about it, don't run a legendary mission, or don't take it seriously. You can run a legendary mission for fun if you want. If you just want to wipe and just want to get to a certain room and just wipe, I mean, if that's fun to you, it's by all means, nothing negative at all. Everybody plays different. But if you're actually realistically looking to win, a legendary mission, like, there's a way you have to play like the mission. Like, you can't just come into the mission playing it any way. And this is why I stress this to random agents. But let me get back to the video, because I'm kind of going off here. But I just want you guys to know some of these key points, because this all factors in. But you're seeing us keep back here in the gate. Notice, a lot of people aren't pushing up to the front. Some people might go up. You're seeing Vangardis, my teammate there, my friend. You're seeing him push up there just to put the turret down, which was a good thing, by the way. That was an excellent move by him. That was something good for him to do. You're seeing the Chunga come down. I'm letting them all know. As this Chunga goes down, you're gonna see me. Actually, no. I was gonna say you're gonna see me switch to grenades. I don't have any grenades to activate my overcharge or overdrive, but I do send my drone, my striker drone after him, and he does. I do send my striker drone after him, and he does take him out. And I have my Liberty, so like I said, any Chungas that come, you want to get on them. If there's no medics, you want to focus on the Chungas. You don't want the Chungas to get through and start shooting and have everybody pushing up behind them. It just gets hectic, it gets bad. So you want to just keep, you want to keep right here by this door at this area. You don't want to push too far in. You want to just, keep distant. You want to keep near your team. If you have any skills to send out there, send them out there, but just keep back. This part has if you have any skills to send out there, just keep back. But this part has, and send the skills out there, but this part has a ton of, it has a lot of waves. What I mean by waves is, they have a lot of enemies that come. This is the other Chunga right here. I think there's another one that comes after this. But you want to take the Chunga out. Unfortunately, I do not have nades in order to activate my overcharge or overdrive. So it's it's tough. Right here, I think the Chunga would have already been dead. I know he would have been dead if I had overdrive, but it's tough. The build is still very, very strong without it, but it's when I don't have nades, it's tough. You see me there saying get the medic. I do see that there's a medic there, and the reason why I'm telling them to get that is because they don't want the medic to bring that Chunga back, because if that happens, it's going to be just a problem. So that's why I was saying medic. Let me see if I can see the medic. I'm not seeing him specifically right here. Oh, there he is right there. Go ahead, get him out of there. GG's. We got him out of there. You always want to get the medic out, guys. You always want to get the medic out. You don't want the medic to be staying there like that, especially in a mission like this. You want to get him out. This is tougher than it looks. But as long as you follow these pointers, guys, and you realistically listen to what I'm saying and keep back and tell your team to keep patient and distant like what I'm doing, you have the absolute best chance of winning. I promise you that. So you're seeing right here, we're still keeping back. I have my shield build out, my beautiful 4-directive legendary shield build. Definitely helps out a lot in this mission, because these devs just keep increasing this tidal basin, and it might be harder in the next patch. I don't know. Maybe I just won't run these anymore after some time. I was just joking. But like I said, though, it can be done. I show you guys this to show it can be done. If there's any point that it can't be and it cannot be done, I will definitely show you that. And I'll be like, hey, the devs, they kind of went over the board here. They went over the board. They nerfed this. They didn't nerf it. They buffed it too much. And it's just hard. The original random group can't beat it anymore. I'll let you guys know. I'll be the first one to let you guys know if that happens. But as of right now, I'm letting you know we can beat it. It's good right now. But who knows? My content might be, changing up a little bit in the future as far as different things. So who knows if I'll, if these will continue to be the way I go about doing things, entire missions. But if you guys like them, just continue to like and subscribe to my channel. If you like these missions, like them. The likes will show me that you guys like them, and I'll continue doing them. But that depends moving forward in the channel. Getting like a lot of subscribers, a lot of people that are wanting different things. So much more easier things, I guess I could say. But I do love showing you guys the missions. I'm showing you this because I'm helping these random agents get an exotic, and of course just showing you guys that it can be done, and the way it can be done. And I'm not just saying this because I could have done one room, like I said, like a majority of YouTubers, done one room and said, hey, this build's good, you can beat Legendary Tidal Basin. But looking at this now, what would that have shown you guys? What would that have done you at all realistically in beating this mission? It wouldn't have done you any good. The best good is showing you guys actually how to do the mission, and just showing you how it works. The build is really irrelevant because I have my build. It's a 4 directive legendary build. I've shown you this one before. If you want to see this exact build I'm using, go to Legendary Manning Zoo 4 directive run, the one I did in the past. It premiered. Go to that video and you can see the exact rundown of this build, in case I don't show them this one, because I don't know if I show this build at the end. But like I said though, if you want to see that, go to Legendary 4 directive Manning Zoo, the completion I did of that, and you'll see this full entire build in its entirety. And it's not even as strong as this build, because with this build I have 8% like defense. I have like 8% on both of my mods. There's 3 mods. On 2 of them I have 8%. Like something to do like with max roll items, like those yellow number 8% items. So I didn't have that. I don't believe I had that in the Manning Zoo run. So this is actually a stronger build than that. And you're seeing how hard this mission is. And that could play testament to my teammates. Maybe my teammates aren't all the way up there. Maybe a lot of them aren't all the way up there in the sense of running a legendary mission, especially Tidal Basin or Legendary Manning Zoo. But, it's still tough. And that just speaks testament, because this is a very lethally strong build. And it's just showing you that if it's this hard, like with this one, I just shudder to think with some agents out there, some of you guys out there, I feel for you, like how hard this mission might be. But like I said, it can be done. Maybe some of you guys run through this faster than I did, maybe. If you have a good clan or a good friend group, it's always good. But if you're running with randoms and you can do it faster than me, kudos to you. But it's a very tough mission. It can definitely take some time. You can definitely switch agents up going through it. Some agents can leave, as you respectively see here, but like I said, it can still be done. Never let that waver or get you down. So you're seeing us stay back here. Notice, guys, the entire fight, nobody's pushed up into there. I've had other groups push up into this room here, past this gate, and have been taken out and wiped. That's not the best way to do it. What you want to do with a random group, you want to stay back here. As long as you have good TPS and you know how to dodge, you want to stay back here and fight them from back here. You don't want to do that. At the same time, guys, I know I also totally didn't say this, but you also want to watch the left room, the left door from here. I know a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about, where the enemy can come through that little door area to the left of here. That's why I'm looking at the minimap. The minimap's not showing anything. Thank God for the minimap, because when I do this on 4 directives, I won't have the minimap. So, yeah, it's just, it's tough. But like I said, even with the mini-map, it's tough. But you want to be watching that. You see this medic drone here? You see I'm taking out this medic drone? You want to make sure you take that out. See, I threw the grenade there that activated overdrive for this build. It helps out so much, overdrive does. I wish it could last much longer. It doesn't last that long. But that plus sign all the way to the left at the bottom, the plus sign, you see it going down, that's the overdrive. And you're seeing it finish now. It's going to be filling back up with the white bars in the middle of all the square boxes at the bottom of my health bar thing. But yeah, it's like you want to make sure you have a ready build, a complete ready build for this mission, because if you don't have a ready build for this mission, it just totally makes it that much harder. So you see the chunga here. You want to just keep back blasting here. I believe if I looked in the comments, I did tell them that, I think I told them that this chunga was here. It might have been the other one. But you want to always make your teammates be aware anytime you can. I know I'm typing and playing. That can be hard sometimes. I gotta like drop my controller, type real quick, and then get it back. But my setup allows me to do that. I'm able to put my controller comfortably somewhere where I can do that. But if you have a mic, I'd say having a mic is a lot better because you're able to speak with that. And like I said, that's totally something I'm definitely looking at getting done. As far as being able to speak with these guys live while I'm playing with them, I think that would add a lot more easier merit to my wins. But as of right now, I'm doing it this way. So it's just, this is the way I can do it right now until I can get all those components, a mic and whatnot, and a good mic and different things. Just different stuff, and knowing how to utilize live stream speech with no screeching in my mic and different things. You know, I'm working on it, guys, but one step at a time. So we're in here working, and please, guys, once again, remember, like and subscribe. It helps the channel, helps me grow. Also check my membership out if you're looking to play with me. There's perks there. You can go to join. You can see my little introduction video I have. It shows you everything that you'd be getting. If you read the description of that introduction video, you really want to read the description of my membership introduction video, as well as listening to the actual video. You'll see all the perks, and I will also talk about anything else that I didn't mention in the video in the description. And if you want help getting any type of exotics or anything like that, legendary or incursions, I could definitely help you out with that. Just go ahead and go over there and look at that if that's something that gets your fancy. If I'm somebody that you're thinking can help you out. And there's a lot of booster sites offering between $100 and like $500, $600, between $100 to $500 for certain exotics, Autobotos, Eagle Bearer, St. Elmo's, whatever it might be. They're offering like a lot of money for that Ninja Bite backpack. I could definitely help you guys get those for that less than a quarter of that price. Literally one of my perks is $10 a month, and then there is another one that's definitely not that much. So if you guys are looking into that, and exotics is something that you highly desire, exotics is something that you highly desire, and you've been trying to work for it, you haven't been able to get them, you're thinking of who can help me get them. I know it's hard to play with some of these bigger YouTubers' channels. They have certain times they go on certain platforms, and if you're not in the queue, you're not selected. Sometimes if you are in the queue, you're only able to run it once. You might not get the exotic you're looking for, but if you want to be able to run with somebody straight up that can help you out, log in, speak with you and whatnot, look into my membership, guys. I'm right here. I'm here for all you guys if you're looking for that, if that's something you're looking for. I'm not going to definitely force you to join or anything like that, but if it's something that you're looking for, there's exotics you're looking for, and Autobotos, you've been wanting the Autobotos a lot, go ahead. I'm telling you, look into that. So enough on that. We're going to go ahead and get back to this. You're seeing us keep back here. It's a tough fight. Now, Chick 69, or CHC, not Chick, CHC 69, kind of pushed up a little bit there in the corner. Wasn't the greatest spot to go. You're seeing me get taken down right there, as you're seeing. I'm at this distance, and they still got me. So you're seeing how close he was. That was just a little close there. So, like I said, this is a tough mission. They got me there. The Chunga's kind of hiding to the left. You just want to be aware of things. You don't want to push too much, because I'm telling you, when you push, it just results in death. As you're seeing, these other two teammates back here, Moxus and Vanguardus, the reason why they're alive because they stayed back here. CHC69, he pushed too far up, which is why I was telling him a lot, he didn't push too far. It's that he wasn't that much aware when the Chunga was coming in. And when you're up this close to the gate, you want to make sure you're looking. A lot of agents will see me, and a lot of them will try and be up where I'm at, and I tell them a lot. The reason I'm up here is because I know how this mission goes. I know how everything happens. You don't want to be up here like that if you don't know that. You want to keep back. You don't want to be too near. So although he was back, he was still a little close, considering the Chunga was pushing up on us and moving in. You just want to watch for that. I'm right here watching. I'm fighting, giving my other teammates a chance to go over and revive him, because I don't want to go over and revive him and then have this guy go and sit here. Maybe he starts spamming drones or something else. I want to make sure I keep the attack. That's another thing, guys. You want to keep your foot on the gas when you're getting these guys. When you know you have them and you're getting them, you want to keep your foot on the gas. And I don't mean by pushing. I mean by just firearming them and just continuing to fire at them and continuing to send your skills at them. You don't want to stop for a second to heal, because the thing is, these legendary enemies know when you're healing, and they'll start pressing up. And considering my other two teammates, I didn't know what they had working with, and I didn't want the team to push up on them while I was healing, and it's like that would just be a bad predicament considering the shield I have and how strong it is. So you have to know when to do stuff. Sometimes it's not the best for you to revive a teammate. Sometimes it's better for another teammate to revive a teammate. So that there's another learning little perk you guys will get from that. So we pass that part by keeping back, keeping distant. You know, you want to continue always to do that. You know, as I'm saying right there in the chat, I'm saying, you know, people listening, that's why we got this far. As I told you guys, there's other teams I played with during the time before I recorded this one specifically that they just didn't listen. They were higher shade than all of these guys here too. They just never listened. I mean, much higher shade. I mean, by like 20K, some of them. One of them was 80K. Somebody was 18K. Some people were 10K, 11K, and it's like they just couldn't listen. So it's like if you can't listen and you're trying to rush, you're trying to do things a certain way, you're not going to win this, and that's what this emphasizes right here. And you know, Vanguardus, he was a part of one of my other groups where we got far, and he realized that they just, you know, kind of pushed up a little bit. So I definitely wanted to give him another shot, so I invited him back and said, you know what, I have a good team here. I have people that you know, get the memo for the most part. We can go ahead and win this. So that's what we're going ahead and doing right now. So yeah, it was a great run, Vanguardus. If you end up watching this, man, it was a great run. I appreciated it, and it's always good. Maybe we can run again in the future, as I did with some other agents as well. So yeah, GG's. So we're going here right now. We're going to this room. And in this room, guys, you can kind of push up at first, but you kind of want to keep the enemy at bay, because if you don't, it can get rather hectic at this part. Like very hectic. It can get like super hectic if you're not able to sustain the enemy at the other end, the upper end of this rectangle, like long corridor area. So we're going to go ahead and push up to the front here. You don't want to stay back here and have the whole entire enemy gain on you guys. You see this part right here. It would be very bad to allow the enemy to totally push up on us from here. It just wouldn't make a lot of sense. So the best thing to do from right here is to go up right here at this corner and fight them from here. A lot of them, some of my teammates, I think one of them jumped on the right upper area there, on the right ledge to the right side of me, as you're seeing in the upper right corner. And they're up there shooting the enemy from like a distance. And I think that definitely plays out. Like in this, it definitely works. To that degree, like it can work, but I was telling them that they could fight a little close up. I think that's because I was saying to remain distant. Okay, so here, guys, you want to make sure that you keep the enemy like back here. You see these nades coming in. That was a little cheap shot they got in from behind me. I don't know how this enemy launches the grenades so well that they land so perfectly behind me to hit me like that. It's insane. But what you want to do is you want to keep back here. You want to continue to keep back. You want to fight them from this corner right here. And you want to make sure that they don't push up. Because if they push up into this room, it gets so hard, guys. It gets so hard. Like if they push up into this room, it's like the wiping chance just went up by at least like 40%. Like if they push up in this room and start getting up here, and you have to back up further than where I am currently right now. So what you want to do at this part in this mission, you want to hold them to this area up back here. There's plenty of space where we are at right now. There's plenty of space back where we're at. We can hold them respectively right here and keep them back. You see, take the dogs out, don't have them come in. And I can always push back up, send my striker drone in there. Let me see if I activate overcharge. I gotta activate overcharge or overdrive. I still haven't thrown a grenade. Boom, there you go. Okay, so I activate my overdrive. Overdrive, I activate it, and you know that keeps them back. There's a chopper there now that's coming down. It's not the first one. You see me looking up there? I'm looking for the chopper that's going to eventually come behind us. So you want to just keep paced here. You know, what I mean by pace is you want to fight off your back foot. You want to keep fighting them like that. Keep looking. And you want to keep listening out for the chopper. Because the chopper's going to come. You just got to listen out for it. As you will hear. You might not be able to hear over like my voice here. But the chopper will come. I'm sure you'll hear it. But this Chunga's coming. You want to take this guy out. You don't want him getting in at all. You never want no Chunga getting in and getting too close, because once they do that, they're able to send the other stuff off, the hive little thingies off that hit you, and it turns all bad and it can turn to a wipe quick. So you want to get these guys out of there. So we do that right there. You see the medic down there, of course. You want to take him out. See, this guy, he was close. That's what I mean. If somebody, it depends on what's happening. That guy took precedence. He was closer. But now we were there, the medic came, and now the chopper is coming down. I heard the chopper coming. My teammates definitely heard it. Or wait, I guess it didn't come. I guess that wasn't it. My bad, guys. See, my bad. Sorry about that. That wasn't the chopper yet. I ran back because I think I heard it. I guess that wasn't the chopper, from behind at least. And there I'm reiterating right there to kill the medic. You don't want the medic to stay there, because what the medic will do or can do is revive that Chunga. I just hope that that doesn't happen in this run. Can't recall whether it did or not, but like I said, now they're drone spamming now, so that's just another thing. There's my overdrive activated again via the grenade after it refreshed, and that's so huge. It helps out so much when they do that. When I have overdrive or overcharge, it helps out so much. Like it's so powerful that the enemies have to respect me. They have no choice but to, even if they want to push up. So I'm telling them just to keep back. The chopper will come eventually. I'm writing down there as you're seeing. And you always want to keep that in mind whenever you guys are waiting on something, and it's always good to know the mechanics of the area. So if you don't know the mechanics of this place, you want to learn them, and that's one way you can do it on Legendary, because unfortunately, guys, there's things that happen on Legendary that do not happen on other lower difficulties, as far as the enemies and the way things move and the way things happen. So you just want to keep that in mind, and that's why I say it comes with experience. But at the same time, you could also be the most experienced. That doesn't guarantee you're going to win it. So there's that. But you just always want to keep in mind, the more you know, the more you have somebody that knows the actual area and knows what's happening, what's going on, the higher chance you have of completing it, depending on their build and their structure and their know-how of running a legendary mission. So you just want to kind of back up when this chopper comes. When you hear it come, you kind of want to just back up and take it out, because there's going to be more enemies coming from here. And if we were all pushed up too far, that's why I say, guys, remain patient, distance, and focused. These guys would have came from behind, and that would have been like a nightmare for sure for us. So you want to make sure that they're here. We're able to take them out easy. We got them out of there, and we're able to continue pushing up. Nothing much to it. That's more or less how it goes, as long as you know the ropes of it. And you're just able to move forward and not wipe, and most likely and most importantly win. So you're seeing us here, seeing us stay like distant. You're seeing us keep focused here. You don't want to get too far ahead of yourselves. You don't want to rush. You want to just keep near each other. As you're noticing, none of us pushed up. We're still in the same exact area we were before the chopper came, and even after it, we're still in the same spot. So I think there's another medic out there, which is why I'm saying get medic. You see, there's another Chunga. I'm not sure if he revived this Chunga. It might be another Chunga, because it came from up top, from the back, so it might be a new one. So you want to make sure you take this guy out. Any Chunga that comes, I believe like a Chunga would be the only thing that takes precedence over a medic, but then right after you're done with the Chunga, you got to get on the medic, because what the medic will do is just bring him back. So you're seeing me throw the grenade again there to activate overcharge. We just got to get this Chunga out of here as quick as possible. That's my main goal. Anytime I see a Chunga like this, you got to get him out of there. He can't be in there too long. So we get him out of there, and right away I send my drone right after that medic. It's got to go after him. It's got to make him feel comfortable. We got to get him out of there. You're seeing me say kill medic. He revives everybody. I'm trying to just emphasize that to the team so that they just totally know that that's something that we got to do, like in order to ensure success. Like we got to just make sure that we get that medic out of there, so he's not sitting there bringing other, like, you know, other players back, other enemies back and whatnot, and making it just harder. You see they have a heal box over there already. So I'm just looking to still get him. He's still moving. I haven't fully gotten him, but I'm definitely sending my striker drone after him. And this is what I mean by saying, when you have a striker drone or something of that caliber, you see how it's attacking the medic, you see how it's chasing him. It's something huge. It allows us to get him, kill him. So you see he did bring the Chunga back, but it was too little too late. He brought it back a little late. I was still able to get my overcharge off. But that's what I mean, guys. You want to have a skill. You want to have something that can get these annoying, supremely annoying legendary enemies that will try and drone spam, nade spam, heal camp, drone camp, nade camp. That's what they'll do. They'll just camp out like that, and it's like, if you don't have a skill that can seek them out like that, it's just tough. It's hard, and it can get very hectic, like quick, fast. It can get very haywire. It can turn south like within seconds. So you want to make sure that you have something that can get them out of there, like, and that they can't bring other key enemies to Chungas back once you kill them, because that could just create a whole entire different new problem, resurfaced problem that could definitely cause a wipe. So you don't want that. So you want to just keep back here, keep shooting. We got the medic. You know, once you get him, you know that nobody's going to revive, so it's always good. So there you go, guys. We got that, and then what we're going to do is continue pushing up. You want to keep your composure, and you just, you know, you don't want to rush too much. You want your team to know that you're all on the same page. And you see, I'm saying there are a lot of groups couldn't do it, sadly, but that's just how it goes. As long as you can listen, it can be done. So you want to keep your composure, and it could definitely be done. You want to keep your distance, and yeah. So we're pushing up right here, guys. And please like and subscribe if you like what you see. Please hit that like and subscribe button. It puts the video out to other viewers. And just continue paying attention, guys. It's a tough mission, but as long as you pay attention, you have the best chance, the best shot at winning.
Why'd you keep running ahead? You're gonna get killed.
Okay, guys. Tidal Basin, legendary, man. It's one of those missions, man. I can't stress it enough. It's one of those missions. You want to keep them levelly paced. You're seeing we're just over like an hour and 10 minutes now. It can happen with a legendary random group. It can happen. You're totally not gonna be able to just beat it as flawless as like with a key clan group or like a key close teammate group. And even with one of those groups, it would still be tough. But if you have a key group that's on the same page, it definitely can be done. You just want to kind of just keep on it like that. You have to keep on it like that if it's random. So you can't like just not keep on it in that sense. So we're pushing on to this next part. You see me telling them as long as they keep back. So at this part, guys, you want to use this right rock wall. You want to use that wall for cover. You don't want to push too far up, because if you push too far up, these guys are going to get you. You don't have cover, and it's going to be very, very bad. As you're seeing, they're already set. They have robots. They have all sorts of stuff. So I threw that grenade to activate overcharge. What you want to do is you want to keep distant. You want to take out the enemies that you're seeing. Make sure, look to the sides Look to the right of the rock. Make sure there's no enemy sneaking up from the right, left flank side, close to the the cover. You want to make sure that nobody surprises you. You want to make sure that you're just there. I'm setting my striker drone after all the enemies to ensure that it gets them. Makes them uncomfortable. They have something else they're looking at. That's another reason why I use the striker drone. It focuses the enemy's attention. It's in level 6. It's a skill tier 6 striker drone, so the skill build is A1 steak sauce. That's 100%. I'm telling them to watch for the bombs here because you don't want to be falling asleep shooting and then the robot or somebody bombard you. Those robots are so annoying. Oh, so annoying. You guys know that. They'll nade spam you. They'll sneak up on you. You always want to be watching them. So you're seeing here. You're seeing us fight from this off our back foot right here, getting cover from the right side of the rock. And I did tell them they want to do that. They did both put out those turrets. I believe it's 2 6-skill turrets if I'm not mistaken. It's also good. You want to have your skill. If you do use skills, and if you obviously do use skills in Legendary, it is 2 6-skill turrets, I believe they have. If you do use skill tiers in Legendary, just be sure that they're at least skill tier 5 or 6. I'd say 6 most likely, but I'd always say 6 if you could have it, but 5 at the very least, because you want something that can hurt your hit. You have seen me use something. I'll kind of go back on something because you have seen me use in that one heroic tailored build with one exotic. You have seen me use what was it again? You have seen me use one skill tier like build. You have seen me use that before, but that was with a DPS build. So you have seen me do that. It is possible. You can do that. But I'd say for people that are new or struggling in Legendary missions, always have a skill tier 5 or 6 if you're going to use any type of skills like that, or you're going to rely on them. If you're not going to rely on skills, you're going to rely mostly on your DPS, and that's different. You can always have a 1 or 2 skill tier. Better having 1 or 2 skills than 0. But if you do have skills, just always utilize them to the best of their ability because it'll help you out the most. It'll help you out the most. It'll just help you out most. So you guys want to make sure that you have that down. So you're seeing this Chunga push up here. I take my assault drone, striker drone out again just to be able to get him. He's pushing up. You always want to pest him. You want to get him here. You're seeing that heal box. Look at that heal box is healing this guy. Insane. But you know what? If we have the DPS, we can take him down. That's just one of the parts of this mission sometimes that could happen. This healer is, the heal box that he put out is just insane. See, it's giving him damage. But if he did walk past that, we could have gotten him. But that's what I mean. So you always want to make sure that you have a team that's well geared. Because I'm telling you guys, if you're trying to do Legendary, any type of Legendary mission, let alone a Legendary Tidal Basin Manning Zoo, especially Legendary Tidal Basin Manning Zoo, you want to make sure that you're geared. You want to highly make sure that you have the right gear. Like I told you guys, that's legit half the battle. You can't win a test with 50%. That would be an F. So it's like that's half the battle. It's 50% of the battle is having a build. Or knowing the know-how. The other 50% is a know-how. So whether if you know the know-how or whatnot and you don't have a build, it just won't work. As you could see right there with the Chunga. If we didn't have the builds, it wouldn't have worked there. We wouldn't have had enough DPS to deal with that. We most likely wouldn't even made it up to that point. So that's what I mean by saying you have to have a build to a degree. So you're seeing us stay around there. We stayed back for the most part. We used the area to our advantage, the rock area for cover. You guys totally want to do that. You definitely want to do that. So by doing that, we're able to continue forward. I'm letting them know right here that a lot of the agents I played with prior in this same day didn't listen, and that's why we weren't able to get here. I had to leave the party just to let them know that, hey, you guys aren't listening. I gotta go. But these guys listen, and look at their shade level. Look at look at Moxus. Look at his shade. It's just showing you. I'm not saying shade's everything in this game. I'm just showing you that, hey, if you're willing to listen and you know how to structurize yourself and how to play Legendary, you can win. And there's agents that had 50 plus K shade, 18 plus K shade that couldn't do this, that just couldn't do what these agents right here are doing. So again, anybody that comes across this video, any agent watching, just know that it comes down to just key know-how. It's not always shade, and just know how to play. you know, and just having like the right build. Obviously, I usually say like the build doesn't matter sometimes, but it does in a mission like this. I mean, obviously, I did show you Roosevelt Legendary, but the heroic build, tailored build with one exotic, the Bloody Knuckles, which wasn't really needed. I did show you that one, like with that type of build, and that was Legendary Roosevelt. And it's the ones like within it's one of the legendaries, the early legendaries within Capital, DUA, and Roosevelt. These newer ones, DUA and Manning Zoo, you can't really just go into these ones not geared correctly and expect to win. Like, you just can't do it. These newer legendaries, Manning Zoo and Tidal Basin, when they came out with these ones, they were more or less tailored in a sense to like agents that not only like could beat legendary, but also were geared right and knew legendary. I mean, like, they knew what was going on. They were well geared for it. They knew how to approach the mission. That's what these missions were built for. And if like, that's why I say 90, like 95, 96, 97, 98% of like agents, like random agents, won't beat these missions because they don't know how to run them like in the right way. But if you guys listen to these videos, and this is like one of the key steps right here, by listening to my video, even joining my membership, just listening to my video or joining my membership will ensure that you do beat this mission, because it will show you how to do it. I don't only just tell you. I didn't do a one room showcase like a lot of other YouTubers do, as I said earlier in this video, just one little part of the mission in the beginning and say this St. Elmo's build or whatever, or whatnot build, or whatever it is you're using, Autobotos, whatever it might be, can just somehow clear the entire her legendary title or legendary Manning mission. Like, that's just so false, as you guys are seeing here. Like, there's so many different ways, different builds, different rooms, different ways you got to go about things. So touching back here, I want to touch on it right here, guys, because the reason why you're seeing me go back here right now is because I was saying, once you hear that chopper, you kind of want to run back, because the Chunga's going to be coming out from the back as we're killing them all here. So my main thing here was kind of just to, like, my main thing to do as a main person was just to kind of keep checking for the chopper and keep listening out for it and let my teammates know. If you guys have anybody in the group, you want to send somebody kind of back just to continue to watch and listen out for when that chopper comes, so that you guys know when that Chunga's coming. Because the worst case scenario is they all come up from behind you guys, and that's like guaranteed like 90+% wipe if that happens. So you just want to be checking. I know I'm checking, looking. I know my teammates have it. They more or less have it down in there. I know that they don't really need help killing those enemies. I was kind of going to sit here, but I kept kind of just going in and out. I do have my striker drone, as you're seeing down there, in the room helping them out as I'm sitting here. So it's not like I'm just sitting here without helping them. But I keep checking it just to let them know. And I did also tell them in the chat, for those of you that was paying attention to the chat, I did tell them that they would eventually be coming. Eventually, and that I would let them know. And this is a key part right here, guys. You really want to, whichever team you're with, you want to tell them, you want to have somebody looking out that's highly aware of when the chopper comes down and what's going on, because this part can be a devastating wipe considering how far you've gotten. So you want to know that. I'm not saying it can't be done, but as soon as I hear that chopper, I'm going to let them know. That's why I'm back here so much. This team being randoms, it highly requires us to know that. I can't stay back there too long like that. I got to make sure that I'm up there. I'm paying attention. I'm seeing when this chopper comes so I can tell them. Because as soon as it comes, as long as they're aware, that gives us the best chance of winning. If they're not aware and they're trying to fight a random foe, it's just going to be tougher. So I'm kind of just camping out here just a little bit. I'm just kind of trying to see. Okay, so now you're hearing the chopper. It's coming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this. I'm going to run past it back this way to give myself the best chance of, you know, possibly sandwiching them, having my teammates up there. I just want to make sure I can survive. Best case scenario. So I go back here. I let them know. So now they all know now the chopper's there. I put it in the chat. They all turn back around. They were handling the other room well. Yeah, you want to just make sure that you do that so you can take these enemies out as you're seeing us here. As you saw, if all these enemies, including this Chunga, had a chance to walk up without us knowing, obviously, as you guys can see, that obviously wouldn't have ended up so well. So we took these guys out. You guys want to do that. Just take notes on that for sure. You want to make sure that you go back When that chopper comes, you let your team know, a key teammate that's paying attention, that's not late on letting the team know. Somebody will let them know as soon as they see it. I highly advise probably just have somebody just sit back there as you guys three work in this room, as long as you don't die, as you stay back and in the area. You'll be fine. But there is one last chunga that does come down the road, as you're seeing right here, even after doing all that. So you want to make sure you take him out. Shouldn't be that hard after that. He has a few enemies. Take him out. After that, you want to take all the enemies out. And after you take this area out, these enemies out, this is the final room, the second to last room, just before the final room. The final room is always a feat, as you guys will definitely see. Yeah. So this is the ending of Tidal Basin Legendary. It's definitely a tough mission, nothing easy at all. You want to make sure you have a structured team, but congratulations to you agents that are watching right now and have made it to this point. Whether you're watching my video or whether you've made it there personally yourself, congrats to that. Thank you very much. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to go ahead and continue this mission, and we're going to go ahead and see how this one turns out. I want you guys to kind of take notes, just kind of see how strong and hard this mission is. It's tough. Like it's one of those missions where it's like you got to just stay with it and stick with it, because if you don't, it can very much end in like tragedy, or end in like, it's just tough for you guys, like, to get the win, or if you can get the win at all. So as you're seeing my agents down here, CHC 69, Moxis, Vanguardist. You're gonna see later on, you're gonna see CHC 69 and Moxis leave. Moxis, I don't believe he leaves yet, but CHC 69. There was a few times we ran like this this different last room, so like you're gonna see it. But anyways, like I said though, the video's well done and ready for you guys to watch and everything, so it's all good. But it just shows you that sometimes these missions can take long. It's not as easy as you guys are watching all the time. You could try the final room multiple times sometimes and not pass it. If that happens, stay with it, stick with it. Get other agents if you have to, but if you can make it to the final room of Legendary Tidal Basin or even Legendary Manning Zoo, you guys definitely have the grit to beat the mission, to win the mission. But you just have to stay focused. And I know carries and all that different stuff can happen. Some people might say, oh, the build I'm using, maybe I carried in a sense, like in certain areas. But I wouldn't say that. Like I said, at the end of the day, the Legendary last room takes all agents to be on the same page, as you guys are definitely going to see right now. And it all makes up. So even if it was, or even if I did do a lot to get him here, everybody definitely helped in this last room. And that's what matters at the end of the day, to actually win the mission, which is what we're all concerned about, which is what every agent wants to do coming in. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and get into this. Hope all is going well. You guys please like the video if you haven't already. It definitely helps the stream out. Not the stream, it definitely helps the video out. But I highly appreciate you guys. If you are enjoying it, I am helping you. I'm critiquing it. I'm critiquing myself, but if I am critiquing it in a way where I'm giving you guys insight on what to do next and how to run it, it's definitely something great, and it does work. But yeah, if it is helping you guys out, just please give it that like, and I'll continue to I'll continue to bring them. Okay. So we are going to be doing the final room, guys. The final room. We are here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Let's go ahead and finish this up. What you guys want to do at this last part, you want to just keep at it no matter how many tries it takes to do it. It can be tough sometimes. It can take a lot of tries. But you want to keep at this part. I was just more or less thinking here. I switched to the Stinger Hive because I didn't feel that the Striker Drone would be much use in this area at this part specifically, because the Striker Drone can only go after one enemy at a time, whereas the Stinger Hive can attack multiple enemies at once. So that's something supremely huge, as you'll see here. But as you're seeing there, You just want to make sure that all you guys are like, you know, you're ready to go, you're ready to do this. Many builds, it could take many tries. It could take multiple tries to do this, but as far as long as you get here, if you can get this far, my best advice to you guys would just be not to quit at all. Like, just don't quit at all if you can get this far, because it's so huge. It's just tough to be able to get to a certain point like this, especially in a mission like this. You just want to make sure you can finish it up, but it's so tough to finish it up. The last room is totally no joke in legendaries. Okay, so you're seeing we went to the left. We're kind of camping out here. You guys gonna kind of see this done in a different way. We didn't like this way is probably not the best way to do it, but I haven't done it like this way in a while as far as taking all the enemies out before getting all the boxes. It was just hard to move around and get the boxes considering my group. So what I did is we tried to stay like in the area. What we did, not what I did, but we tried to stay in the area of like where we could get cover in this shed area, and it's not the greatest place for cover, obviously. I'd probably vouch for the other area left to me, the upper corner part. That's usually the part I beat it in like a lot. Like if you look at my last recent video on Tidal Basin, Legendary, that's where we beat it. This is actually one of the first times of me doing it this way. This is a very sloppy way. I wouldn't honestly say for you guys to do it this way, but some teams, depending on your team, it just calls for different tactics. So I'm glad to present a new way that maybe some of you guys could look at this way and be like, hey, maybe if we could take all the enemies out like what you saw me do here and then go after the boxes, maybe that might be the thing. But let's see. It gets hectic. But what you guys want to do is if you go this way, you want to kind of just keep it here and fight the enemies off. I have a great build, whereas my shield, it works like a lot. It's able to absorb a lot of damage. I'm able to do a lot. It just works out. I'm throwing the grenade there for overcharge. You just want to just be aware in this room because you literally have not a second of breath of like break. Like no break at all. Like it's so tough. There's like no break at all, and you just gotta be on the enemies 24/7 as you're seeing here. We're all doing our best job to fight the enemy. As you're seeing there in the in my teammate section, Orange Din is there now, where CHC he left out. I guess this room was just hard. Like I said, we got to this room and we ran it a couple times and this didn't go the right way. So some of the agents left. Well, one of the agents left. So it's like when that happens, guys, you want to totally keep your composure. You don't want to sit there and get down and be like, oh, this guy left. That happens. That's normal at the end of legendary missions. Not every legendary agent that plays completes a legendary mission. Some of them just get to the end, and a lot of them have a lot of solace in doing that, and they just can't complete the mission. But in order to complete the mission, guys, you got to just keep on your grit. You gotta you can't give up. You gotta just stay with it, and that's what this video more or less emphasizes. You're gonna see me in some of my toughest times in this in this mission. I mean, it does happen to the best of us, which is gonna show you. You're gonna see me, you're gonna see me take a couple strong hits in this mission. You're gonna see me go down a few times, but that's just how it goes. That's why I say legendary. It depends on your team. You gotta have a great team, especially when it's for tailored legendary. Soloing legendary is different. It's scaled for solo. It's only scaled for 1. Doing this 4-man, it's scaled for 4, so that's a lot different. There is a lot of skill with solo. There's a different structure with solo, the same way there's a different structure with PvP. So there's that. But in order to do this with randoms, it's tough. It's very hard. But you're seeing me use the Stinger Hive with my shield here because I didn't want to use my striker drone, obviously, as I said before, because I feel the Stinger Hive could get, obviously could just get more agents. Could get more enemy agents. Could get more enemies. Get disrupt the enemies more. It just helps out. And it helps my teammates be able to heal each other and stuff, depending on what's going on. So you're seeing this Chunga come out. It's just hectic in Tidal Basin, guys. This is one of the most ugliest, nastiest rooms that you'll ever play in this game, to be honest with you. It's just tough, this area. You're seeing me throw my hive out there. The Chunga's just close. This is one of the grit battles, I can obviously say, and that's what I mean by this mission. This mission, it tailors because there's been a lot of other groups that I've done this with a lot easier than this. A lot, like to a sense, to like a degree. There's been other teams where you know, it has been like a little different, but this is the most different team I played with. I can be honest with you. Like I've never ever done Legendary Tidal Basin like this, like in this area. So this is definitely a first. So just consider that. But in this mission, you kind of just want to hang around this area here. You don't want to be going out too far where they can hit you. You don't have any cover. One of my key things I'd say is take out those robot dogs first, because the thing is with the robot dogs, I know everybody's trying to attack you. The robot dogs can't be revived. Once you kill them, you kill them. They explode, they're gone. You know, you don't have to worry about it being revived by a medic or anything like that. That's why I say usually take the robotic dogs out. You might have seen me say that in the comments as we were in here to kind of focus on them, but sometimes it's kind of a little hard to focus on them because you have other AI enemies obviously shooting at you. You have chungas, you have other enemies that move more precise than the robot dog, like at you, can move more closer. So there is that. But you do want to just keep, like, you know, you just want to you want to make them your focus at times. It's tough to get a medic in here. I can't say anything else. I know there could be some medics in here, but it's just tough. This is definitely one of those missions. So you're seeing me go down there. You're seeing me go down there. Boom. Okay, so I'm down. It's hard. It's tough. So my team, I have a solid team here. So we more or less established what we have to do, what we need to do. As we said, going through the mission kind of gets you ready for that. We did have to get, like, you know, another agent, but that can happen, obviously. Some people just aren't that ready for that last area of Legendary, and it does happen. Okay, so you're seeing literally like bomb us, like nade spam us and all sorts of stuff. A lot happens. So this stuff can happen, guys. Like I said, you just kind of want to keep your composure. You don't want to kind of get too lost in it. It definitely looks like a wipe here. Don't get me wrong, it does. But if you keep your composure, as you're seeing here, you can always come back from like something that looks like it's bleak. Right? That's what Legendary is about. It is tough. This Legendary Tidal Basin run has been amped by the devs. They can't tell me otherwise, because this was never, like, I remember in the past, like, it was never this hard to do this mission. Like, we literally, like, every time I did this mission, I did this mission, like, no problem. But now I'm noticing, like, it's a lot harder. So there's that. And that's why I'm stressing to you guys, like, this mission, just, you gotta just be patient. You gotta be leveled. You can't rush. No matter how bleak it looks, you can't give up. You gotta just stay with it, you know? As long as you stay with it, you have the best chance. And that's what I was telling my team. And as you guys see, I've assembled a great group of agents here that they understand the game to a relatively good degree, and they can get stuff done. And that's what I mean. Okay, so he's reviving me here. Thank you, teammate. You revived me there. But there's just so much going on here. There's so much going on. It's hectic. I would highly not tell you guys to do it this way. I just wanted to show you it, that it can be done this way, but I would say not to do it this way. This is one way. You kind of can stall it out, because the thing is, at Legendary Tidal Basin, there's boxes you have to hit. There's like yellow boxes you have to like take out. We haven't taken out any, actually, looking at the deactivate the turrets. We haven't taken any of them out, but the turrets we have to take out. But there's a way you can do it, because obviously, guys, you can either take them out first, or you can stand somewhere and kill all the enemies and take them out afterward. There's two ways to do it, but this way is just definitely not the best way I would say to do it. I say to take the boxes out as fast as you can, but sometimes some groups, guys, just are not capable of doing that. Sometimes you just can't do that. They don't have the builds to do that, and I'm just showing you that there are other ways sometimes to do these missions. Like, sometimes you guys might think some of these missions are impossible, but I'm like, there are other ways to do these missions. Like, you can still do them. You can still get them done, as long as you have a key team. So there you go. There I go. Another down. So like I said, this is going to be like a trench fight. This is a fight in the trenches. I haven't had one of these fights in a while, guys. I totally have not had a fight like this in a while. So this kind of could remind me of something. Maybe when the devs come out with something new or something, it's kind of just getting me warmed up for that. Something like that, because this is a tough mission here, as you're seeing. You kind of just want to, like I said, if you're over here where this crate's at, where this area's at, you want to kind of just get cover in this shed area, this thing right here, this crate. You want to get cover in it, because you don't want to be out here too much. I have my shield, obviously, I'm doing my best to keep these guys off of my teammates. My shield's dying out. Okay, that's done. I'm using this guy's shield. I'm using this guy's shield for cover. My shield's out. I was trying to use my shield to cover my teammates, but as you guys are seeing, every time they bring me back, I'm trying to use my shield in order to, you know, give them time, because I do have a great build. It's just, it's tough when you have, when you're playing with randoms. Not everybody might be geared well all the way up to the point, so it's, you know, you can only do so much. But you're seeing me, I did activate, I'm going to activate overdrive, but you're seeing my shield here. I can take a lot of damage here, as you're seeing. There's a lot of damage I can take. Usually, a lot of agents, or a lot of times, you can't take that type of damage, but I'm able to do that right now. That was a bad, that was just a horrible showcase there. I just threw the grenade and killed myself. You don't want to do that, guys. Scratch that off. You don't want to do that at all. That was horrible play by myself, but you don't want to do that. You want to be aware. These guys are all here. The Chunga's there. I'm trying to get this Chunga out of here, but golly, man. Golly bum. It's just, it's crazy. It's just, they're all there. They're all firing at me. I do have a great build, which is why, guys, I did emphasize having this shield build, because if I didn't have this shield build, I don't think this mission would be possible. So it's like, and that's what I mean to emphasize when I said I could do this mission earlier. I never used to have a build like this to do this mission. Like, it was, I could have like a St. Elmo's striker build and then we could get this done. But now, ever since these patches, like, it's just been hard. Like, I'm using a 4-directive legendary build, like, to do this mission, and I'm like, I don't know if it's, I'm not gonna just say it's my teammates that are just, like I said, it could be my teammates aren't geared all the way the properly correct way, and that's why it's making it harder. But even with them not being geared all the way well, in the past, a lot of teammates I've had that weren't geared well, and then this mission was never this hard. But like I said, you know, it is what it is. It does get harder. It does just prove of higher reward and just higher accolades when you do beat it, I guess. So there's always that. But I think with the devs, if they are amping this up, buffing this up, I hope they do buff our weapons up, you know, in order to hit harder or whatnot, because this is insane sometimes. I'm looking at a lot of this content, guys, honestly, and I'm like, a lot of agents won't beat this content, or they'll find it very tough or very hard or challenging to do, and it just is what it is. It's tough, but I feel like the devs, they need to like balance this out, like, to a degree, because the way this mission is now, it's like a lot of the agents just are not going to beat this mission. It's just tough, you know. So like I said, if you stay back here where you're seeing me at, you want to stay, kind of do what we're doing. Even if the enemy happens to kill you sometimes, you want to just stay where your teammates can revive you, because if they can do that and you guys can take out all the enemies and take out the medic before you can revive any of them, you can still win this mission the same way. There's more than one way to do this mission. People think that you have to go around and get all the boxes. You do have to do that for sure, because that is a prerequisite, is a requirement. It's a key requirement of the mission. But you don't have to do that right away. And this kind of tailors back to some of the things I said when I was talking about Legendary in the past, like in the Summit, when I was saying the Summit helps you with practice. When it says to do something or hack a terminal, just because it tells you to do something doesn't mean, in Legendary, doesn't mean that you just run over and do it. That's how Legendary difficulty. Whenever you're playing Legendary, you got to pick your spots, you got to bide your time, you got to know when to move. And that's what I mean. This is one of those missions. You can sit back in this mission and still win this mission. You just have to take the enemy out and then know when to get the boxes. That's it. So I'm just showing you guys there's different ways to do these missions. There's not just one way. If you're playing with any agent at all that told you, hey, you got to take these boxes out. If you don't do this, you're going to wipe. So and so and so. So on and so forth. You just let them know, hey, actually no. Like I told you guys, just refer them to my channel. There's another way you can do it. You can kill all the enemies, and then you can seek the boxes. You can also do that. And I kind of just realized I'm doing it like this time, because usually I don't do it like that. But I realized this time I was like, it might be called for, because we just don't have the DPS to go out there and battle them like straight up. And majority of my teammates just don't have the builds to do that. So it's like the best way to do it, which is why I have my channel, guys, to show you guys, to showcase ways in which the random agent, the average Joe, can beat these missions as long as they follow these procedures and protocols. They have to follow them to the T, though. The mission has the best chance of being done. So that's why I do this. So you'll see me going in and out here We're kind of in the same spot. It's going to be kind of hard for me to move out of this spot. Considering everything that's happening around me. You're seeing me get bombarded again. One of my teammates go down. I go down again. Obviously, this is the most you guys have probably ever seen me go down. But hey, my team, it's a random team. This can happen. As long as I'm making the enemy uncomfortable enough for them to stay alive and we can keep working towards our goal, it's a win-win. And that's why I tell you guys, even if you guys are going down a lot, you might be in a team and you might be dying a lot. But if you're like at the end, especially in the last room, if you're doing what you have to do, then you're fine. Obviously, if I was dying like this on our way up in this mission, on our way to this room, and I kept dying at certain parts, obviously we wouldn't have made it to this point. So it's like, you don't want to be dying throughout the mission. But once you get to the end room, there's a little leeway. It can happen. It's tough, especially in Legendary Manning Zoo and Tidal Basin. You just want to structurize yourself better. I mean, obviously I had better structure, or I don't know, you could say better teammates or better all around, like in Manning Zoo, because we definitely had that done, and that does have waves, and we got it done at a certain level. But I don't know, as far as better teammates, I mean, these guys, they were great. I mean, just to be able to do this, just to be able to run this mission, even get here, it's a feat in of itself. To be able to finish it is even a double feat in of itself. So it's always great. Like I said, guys, you're seeing me right here. I'm doing my best. I have my shield out. Just battling the enemy. You want to just keep them off. You want to fight them. You want to fight them. You want to stay in the fight, guys. You want to stay in the fight. And it's no fair how these drones can go inside the little area that we're in, the little compartment area right here. I'm like, man, it'd be better off if they could explode before that, because that's not even fair. They can launch nades in here. They can spam drones. That's what I'm saying. It's insane what these legendary enemies are able to do. They can do so many things that we're not even able to do. And that's just how it goes. I mean, you have a Chunga here. Obviously, I have a good teammate here. He's reviving me. Probably not me, actually. He's reviving me like, yeah, he is reviving me, actually. Boxes, he was reviving me, yeah, but it's tough. And there I go down again. But like I said, these enemies, they got on me right away. I tried to do overdrive. So as you guys are seeing here, obviously, it's a tough mission. This can happen. My goal, my main goal as I was going down was just to ensure that I had the most eyes of the enemy on me and it wasn't on my team, because I could handle all the eyes being on me of this enemy. Like, I have a build where I know, as you guys will see here, that can handle the enemy. Like, I have a build that can do that. You saw me go down there. Obviously, you'll see him revive me. But my main thing is just, I mean, I don't want to say play as a human decoy, but sometimes you might have to do that in certain instances just to ensure certain things. So this Chunga kind of pushed up here. Like I said, guys, this is just one of the most sloppiest runs I've ever done of Legendary Tidal Basin, but it is with randoms, and when you consider it's with the randoms, a lot of people won't complain, or they won't say much. So, teammates back there, still fighting. This thing just gives us cover. Obviously, if they didn't have this, we obviously wouldn't be able to do anything we're doing. They're going to get me up, and let's see what happens here. They send drones. You see what I'm saying? This drone spam, like, as soon as I get up, it's insane. You see what I mean? It's insane. Like, as soon as I get, like, the game, like, literally doesn't want me to be able to get my build going because it knows. It's crazy. Look, it's like every time I try and do anything, I'm taken out. And that's what I mean, guys. This mission's just, it's tough. This is one of my most sloppiest runs, but I had to show you this, guys. I didn't want to re-edit it or nothing. I had to show you it just to let you know, hey, it can be done, and it can be tough, but you never want to give up. You just don't want to give up. You want to keep coming back. You can always be a factor. As long as you're just there. You see the nade spam. You kind of want to watch out for the nade spam there. Moxus pushed a little far up. I don't understand or know why he went that far up. I was thinking that they would all stay near here. I don't know if he's trying to get one of the boxes, but there's no need to push it for a box when we can just fight the enemies off and do it that way. We already committed ourselves respectively to doing that. So I don't know why he would do that. So yeah, guys, like I said, as great as I am, you guys could see me go down. I've gone down multiple times already in this run. So it's just showing you that it is a tough area, and it definitely can happen. It can happen. Like, it's just tough. It's one of the most sloppiest runs, but like I said, it's one of the most randomest groups I ran with, and I was just so eager and confident to get the win, to help him get the win. And you know, I'm just glad that we could have displayed that that we're running, and like, you know, that we can get that done. And I could be working to do that for them. It's just it's a good experience, a great experience. It's not the best, the most enjoyable at all, I admit, going through it, but when you're done with it, it feels so good. So now I'm back on my feet here after being down like 6 times, 5-6 times. I'm able to actually set my stinger hive up where I can get the enemies surrounding us. And as I said, guys, it's not about the amount of times you go down. It's about the know-how of knowing how to do stuff. And sometimes it does require, in Legendary, for you to go down a few times sometimes in order to, if it means your team winning or giving them the best chance at winning, you got to do your part in order to ensure that. So you always just want to be aware. So, drone spammers. And like I said, Moxus, he pushed up a little much. And this is what I mean. He put himself in an area where it's like, it's hard for us now as a team, and that's what I mean in Legendary. Whenever somebody does that, it's not just, you don't just die. It's not like a heroic death or like a challenging death or like a hard mode death. It's like when you die on this, it's hard to bring anybody back, and you're also putting the team at a huge detriment. And try their best like not to do that, because if they do that, it's just hard. It's just a lot harder. As you see there, I was trying to change to my assault drone, my striker drone, but I had to wait for the hive to fully replenish. So I was like, you know what? I think I'll hold on to the hive just a little longer, because I do see a lot of like enemies still like here, like within the area, and they're coming down, which is a good thing I didn't change out. But you see like how all these guys are coming here. I threw the stinger hive. The stinger hive is doing its job. It's seeking them out. It's such a great weapon. It's able to do what I want it to do. That's why I say the stinger hive is also a great weapon. But without this shield, I would have absolutely no chance. You just want to make sure that you're on your P's and Q's. See this other guy coming behind us? I hate when they flank like this, because they come behind. The other enemy can light you up from behind, and it just gets rather hectic and bad. And look, this guy is like, they have so much energy and like life. He ran out and he didn't even get killed. That was one of the craziest parts about it. So one of my teammates go down here, and I also go down. So like I said, it's one of those missions, guys. Please like, subscribe if you're liking what you're seeing. It's one of those missions where we went down a lot. We fought tooth and nail for this win, and that's why I wanted to show this one. Because this is tough. This is showing you that no matter how much you're in the trenches, you want to keep focus. You don't want to ever think that it's down and out for you. This is Legendary. You can always win. The devs have upped this mission since its updates. And yeah, just to let you guys know. So I don't know if there will be any pushback for them to kind of nerf it a little bit, but this mission is tough, especially with randoms. I'd say with clanmates and friends, you could definitely get it done, but with randoms, it's just another ball game. So as I said, guys, it's not about how you go down. That can happen to the absolute best of them, as you'll see. I've seen it on the big greatest of the greatest myself. Greatest of the greatest on YouTube go down. I've seen so many people go down in certain instances, and sometimes it's just called for. It's Legendary. It can happen. It's the hardest difficulty of the game. It comes with the territory. But as long as you can give your teammates the best chance at putting yourself in the best position, everything will be fine. So right now, as you guys are seeing, I got my footing back. I have my build going. My shield's strong as ever. You see this Chunga's having a lot of problems taking me out. He's having a lot of problems trying to get to me. My shield is going down a little bit here, but I am battling back. I am fighting back. I am throwing my hive, and I am continuing to shoot him. So there is that. Yeah, so it's always tough. My shield goes out again there. Let's see if I can survive this time. It's just so hard. I'm still trying to throw the grenades there. There's always a way you can always be productive, so I'm trying to do that. Waiting for my shield. Okay, my shield is back. We're going to go ahead and push back up. And like I said, guys, we're just getting the most cover we can get from this area. I wouldn't even say this is the best area of cover. Like I said, I'd rather go to the area left of here, way to the left of here in the corner. That's usually the spot. That usually will be the spot, way to the left in the corner, but there's more than one way to reach the goal, as long as you have dedicated and willing teammates that are willing to go the distance. So Chunga's more or less out of there now. He's out of there. That's good we got him out of there, but considering we got him out of there, you want to focus on the medic. You want to keep your focus on the medic. You don't want to lose focus on the medic. We want to make sure we get him out of there, and also the drone spammers and everything else, because it's just tough, like, as you guys are seeing, and how the drones can like literally get in to like the area we're at. It's like it's literally not fair. Like it's crazy. Like the devs can do something, at least block the area where the drones can get in from here, because it's like it's tough. Like they're all the way over there. They can aim so precisely. They can nade spam you. This mission has so many areas of just to scratch your head. It's like if you don't have a specific build or a specific structurized way of going about this, you're just not winning, especially with randoms. So I hope this video somehow in some way can serve you guys, like to show you like how to run this and just give you that best chance of successful survival in this mission. I mean, of course I had to run it for the exotic for them. Always like getting randoms the exotic, but it could be a mission. It could be one of those missions. So you see me there. I kind of activate overdrive again there, just keeping the enemy at bay, doing my best to do that. You just want to kind of just keep back and continue fighting off your back foot, as you're seeing here, off our back foot. Don't want to push too much. I don't really have any more heals, so I'm trying to just keep my shield between the enemy's gun and myself the best way I can, because I literally don't have any health remaining, obviously. Patience, distance, focus, guys. You want to keep patience, distance, focus. You don't want to be too caught up. You want to just keep the enemies where you're at. And the hive is working out a lot. You see me throwing the stinger hive a lot. It's definitely helping out. It's helping clear the enemies out, and that's something that it can do. So the stinger hive, as I said, you guys, it's always crucial in key situations. It helps out a lot, and that's why I decided to go with it as opposed to the striker drone entering into this room. Got to kind of know when to switch it up and whatnot. Okay, so Chunga coming in. I think that medic might have revived him, and that's why I say you got to get rid of the medics. Whenever they're able to like revive anybody or something like that, it just makes it that much harder. You don't ever want to have to do this, because the chances of winning when this happens is very, very, very low, unless you have highly experienced agents, or you have somebody on your team, such as myself, that knows the mechanics, like to the key of how to run things and what to do in the situations. Like if you do this with just a random normal group that has no insight, then it's 100% wipe. I can say that with 100% confidence. Like it's just not gonna work out. Okay, so the Chunga's here. Trying to do our best to get him off us. Those nades, man. Those nades. Just tough. I think it's the most time I've ever went down in a mission in like years. It's been tough. I mean, it's just, doing this with randoms, guys, you know how this is. And if you want to try and battle that, or try and argue with me on that, or try and challenge me on that, go ahead and try and run this mission with randoms on Legendary, and then come back to me. This is one of those missions, but I was just glad I was able to assist in the best way I could in order to hopefully, get him over the hump. You see that Marxist left. Like I said, he wasn't like really. He kept pushing. He stopped listening, like within this room, and that you don't want that. That's something that you don't want. You don't want somebody that's not listening, because even if you're going down, having everybody that's listening to you, as you'll see here, as opposed to people that aren't listening to you, just serves better in the long run. So yeah, guys, I'm sleeping. I've been sleeping a lot during this run. just going down so much. But it could happen. My last legendary run wasn't so much. I mean, my last legendary Tidal Basin run wasn't so much like this. But Tidal Basin is a completely different mission in and of itself. The whole thing about Tidal Basin is just keeping the grit, keeping your composure, and just continuing to come at the enemy and never letting up. That's the thing. As you guys are noticing, despite how many times I've went down, and despite how many times you see my teammates go down, also if you've been paying attention to the life bars of them, we haven't given up. If you notice, every single time one of us go down, the other one will come revive. We'll just keep fighting these guys, and no matter what happens, even when it looks bleak, they're sending drones in and whatnot, we continue to fight to our absolute best ability, and that is what true legendary play is about. I want to kind of say it like this, guys. Me dying like a lot in this mission, or like going down a lot, is really like one of my truest videos of legendary grit. This is showing that this is how like the missions are. Like if you really want to beat some of these missions, it could happen like this. You could wipe a lot. It happens. So I'm saying, especially if you're not running with a key clan group. If you have a key clanmate group, some of these bigger YouTube channels you see on here, they have key clan groups. I can get that, but a lot of them could not do it like this with random agents. They would not be able to do it. It's just a lot harder. It's way more harder, and it requires more just structure, and you know, it just is what it is. I'd rather do it with clanmates and close friends, to be honest with you. But if I can show it can be done with randoms, then yeah, it can be done with randoms. But it's hard though. You gotta stick with it, guys. This is about the grit. What you're seeing right here is a grit. This is a grit of legendary. Some missions require this if you actually want to win. You know, some legendary rooms I've been in and, you know, wiped once, and then, you know, we got it together and got it done, wiped a few times. It happens sometimes, guys. It can happen, but I'm saying that you have to structurize yourself, especially in the last room of legendary. Like every teammate has to be of help, as you guys are seeing here. It's not just me, it's us three. Matter of fact, it's us three in the last room. If you think about it, that's even huge. Like, that's completely huge. The other guy left us out. He didn't listen. Mark says he didn't listen. He chose to just leave out. Wasn't following directions down the road. But it's cool. Like I said, that happens. That's their own loss. It does happen. Don't ever get discouraged by that. Always know that you guys, as long as you have other willing agents that are on the same page, you can always still get the job done. And that's what I'm showing here. So if that other Moxus guy, if he does happen to see this, just know, you know, it's not good to leave your teammates, my friend, and it's better off if you stay and just, you know, work your way around issues and just listen. And that's all I say. You got to listen, because there's people that are 15K plus, 15K shade plus, that just don't follow directions, and it's just tough for them to win. So just follow directions, my friend. That's it. Any other agent watching that finds it hard to follow directions with a lot of your teammates, just follow directions, be on the same page, you'll get better success. I promise you that. But as I said again, before you do legendary title or manning, just make sure that you're used to the other three legendaries, Roosevelt, Capital, and DUA, that you can do them to like a high level without having to think too much about doing them, and that you're just used to like the level of legendary. Because if you're not, this mission will be a complete beyond, you know what I'm saying, beyond a nightmare for you, and you just won't get anywhere near this final room. Like, it just is what it is. So I'm just trying to help you guys out in the best way I can, give you that area of just improvement. You know, obviously, if you're struggling with the other three legendaries, go ahead and go into the summit, do legendary summit, put a few directives on if you want, and just test your build out there. But okay, so we're here right now. We're kind of trying to do our best to finish this up. I threw the hive way out there. It's attacking more so of the other agents all the way back down there, and that's a good sign, considering we're trying to finish them off. And as you guys are seeing, we still have two. I'm saying deactivate the turrets. We only have one of three. We still have two boxes that we have not gotten, but we are fighting the enemies and just keeping them off, in order to ensure that we're able to get those boxes later. So this is one of the ways you can do it. You can kill all the enemies first and get the boxes, or you can get the boxes while en route of killing the enemies. I'd rather say get the boxes while en route of killing the other enemies. But sometimes with a certain group, depending on who you're running with, they might not have the DPS, they might not have the skills or know-how to do that. and get the boxes simultaneously. So if that's the case, you just want to kind of just vouch of camping it a bit and just fighting off the enemy, as long as you have decent enough DPS. You want to do that to the best of your ability. Fight the enemy off as you're seeing here, and it'll all work. See, I'm trying to get like a good angle on where to throw my hive. I didn't throw it there. I'm picking it back up. I didn't really want to throw it there, but they're kind of camping all the way away. You see right here, and I kind of want to just get over there. The teammate over there kind of got to him like a little quick, which was also good. I'm throwing the hive here. I'm just trying to create like more or less space for us so that we're able like to move around and keep the enemy you know, distant and not able to just focus on us. You know, so the box is right there, but the main key thing we want to do is just focus on the enemy completely, utterly, and entirely until they're all depleted and gone. It just obviously makes it that much easier for us to hit the boxes when it's time. So like I said, with Tidal Basin, guys, you want to pick your spot. Whether it's not this spot in the corner, if it's another spot, you guys will just all want to just stay true to that area, and you want to just watch the area and just fight for each other and just tooth and nail, and you just don't want to give up. Because if I'm doing this with 2 agents right here at the end, another guy left mid-time, like mid-battle, right in between, which is really a bad move. It's just a crap move, and it's just, you know, it's just a low down, just sorry move. Like when they do something like that, it's just you don't want to be that agent. Don't be that guy. Please don't be that guy that just leaves during the thing like that and think that you're somehow detrimenting the team or something. In the case you are, but when if they end up winning it, you know, or end up going the full distance, like in this case is what we're doing, like you just are gonna look very bad, and it's like you just don't want to be that agent, because you're not going to win legendary missions if you're like that. If you tend to abandon a team during the mission because you don't feel something's going your way or whatever it might be. Like, I tell those agents all the time, they do it a lot all the time, and it's like I beat the mission anyways. And I did let this guy know via chat that we did win it following this, but it's like I don't know, like it's some of these guys, I just don't get it. If you run into an agent like that, I'd say highly don't invite him ever again to be a part of any of your groups. And this agent will never be a part of any of my other groups. If I see them again, I'll either leave the team or I will kick them. It just is what it is. Like an agent like that, you don't want to be associated with when it comes to elite content, because you will never repeat to never beat that content with an agent like that. That's that lackluster and that like low down. To just leave like that, it just shows you their level of like play, and their level of play is not that well, and you just don't want to be that guy. You just don't want to be that guy at all. So yeah, just emphasize. So you're seeing us stay like back here. You're seeing us just, you know, scour the area. We're looking around, ensuring that there's no other enemies that are there trying to prey on us as we're trying to take these boxes out. So you're seeing 1 of 3 still. You're seeing deactivate the turrets, 1 of 3 still. We haven't really touched the boxes much. You're seeing me kind of aim at one there. But it's just showing you can take the enemies out before the boxes. And it's interesting. It's interestingly insane where we took them out from where we were standing from, despite having my most record number of deaths during a run. But that can happen, obviously, as long as the key thing is just getting the win. And just being there and being able to take those eyes of an enemy off my team, and if I can do that, that always works. It always helps. Rather than look at me than anybody else, you know, especially when my build's running the right way and everything, it's definitely not a problem. But yeah, guys, I hope you do enjoy. I hope you did enjoy this run, and I hope you are enjoying it right now. At the end, right here in Tidal Basin, you kind of want to just keep back. So now all the enemies, what we're seeing right now, majority, like, I mean, all the enemies are gone. And all we got to do is kill the boxes. Just kill the boxes. So I'm saying right here in the chat, it's funny, I was saying tell the loser who left we beat this once we win. And I said GG's. So that Marxist dude, I guess somebody's going to let him know that we beat this. Who knows? I didn't tell him maybe that Marxist guy is going to know when we beat this. Who knows? I have no clue. Like, I was just saying, someone tell the loser who left we beat the mission. And that Marxist guy who left, it's just, I don't know, like I don't know why people like leave like that or whatnot, but it's just like it hits harder when you realize you left a team and they ended up winning. So there is that. As you're seeing now, deactivate the turrets. We have 2 of 3 completed. We're gonna go ahead and get our final gun, guys. And like I said, GG's. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you guys for joining. It's like a 2-hour video, insane. But I had to show you guys some of like the grit of the video and just show you like what it does entail. Tidal Basin is not just any mission. I have had random agents join me and say, oh, if we run the mission the way you're saying to run it, it's going to take 2 hours, 3 hours. Very much so, it could. But the thing is, you have, in order to win the mission, that's how it is. If you want to play an easy mission, go play challenging or heroic. You go ahead and run and gun through that all you want. Legendary, you can't do that with. And if you can, join your clan, which the majority of these guys that say that don't have a clan like that. So it's like you have to know what you're doing and pick your spots, bide your spots. But it was a great mission. It was a great mission. It was a horrible mission at the same time. And I mean that in the sense of just how the devs just keep increasing like the power of the mission. Like I feel like they just keep increasing this like slightly every single like update just to keep people like engaged or whatever. Like I don't know what it is, but I can tell you Tidal Basin was not this hard in the past with some of the updates. So there is that. There's that beautiful exotic again. Got to do the jumping jacks for it. Random gifts for exotic agents, number 42. Hope you guys enjoyed. There's another exotic. I believe it's 42. I don't think it's random gifts for exotic. Random gifts for exotic gifts for agents, number 43. I don't believe it's 43. I think it's 42. Could be wrong slightly, but I believe it is 42. It was a good run, and like I said, it's tough, but we did it with 3 in Tidal Basin with this recent update, and I had to use my 4 directives legendary Manning Zoo build, so there is that. I'm going through my cache right now. I have so many exotics. I have like 18 to 17 exotics in my cache, so I always got to clear stuff out all the time before I end up picking things up, and I need to just do a better job of that before I start the mission sometimes. But yeah, so guys, life's a game. That's the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Highly appreciate it. Go ahead and check my membership out if it's anything that you guys are interested in, getting any exotics, or this is just some of this content's just too hard for you to do alone without my assistance, of course. You can go ahead and check that out. Thank you for that. I highly appreciate you guys watching Tidal Basin. We finished it up with 3 agents in the end room. One of them left mid battle. We had 4 to make it 3, so there's always that. It's always great. I'm just showing you guys it can be done. You want to keep patience, distance, focus. That's what Legendary is about. And it's also about just maintaining, enduring, having grit. If you endure to the end, you can always win. So you want to always make sure that you do that. You don't ever get lost in not doing that. Go ahead and pick my exotic up here. It's always great. I'll go ahead and pick that stuff up afterward. But thanks, guys. GG's. Have a great day. Life's a game. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.